Hello everybody and welcome to Joe Knowles Field here at the campus of South Kitsap High School as the South Kitsap Wolves host the Bellarmine Lions in the homecoming game as we are having the South Kitsap High School NJROTC present the American colors tonight as we will have the national anthem played. That was the South Kitsap High School marching band playing the national anthem here at tonight's homecoming game, led by the band instructor, Mr. Gary Grahams. And welcome everybody tonight for a live broadcast of Friday Night Football here at South Kitsap High School as the South Kitsap Wolves host the Bellarmine Lions. And South Kitsap has not played Bellarmine in the last 9 years. The last time South Kitsap played Bellarmine was back in 1999 with a victory over the Lions, and they're looking to gain another victory here. And joining me here again in the booth tonight is David Rodriguez. And D-Rod, it's good to have you back. And what kind of a game can we expect here tonight by the Wolves?
Well, Darren, I'll tell you, thanks for having me, Darren. And tonight the Bellarmine Lions are looking to, how shall we say, avenge that loss, even though 9 years ago it was. Bellarmine and South Kitsap in the past have been fierce rivals, kind of similar to South Kitsap and Gig Harbor are now. We'll see some hard-hitting football, I believe, tonight, as South Kitsap will be pumped up, and Bellarmine, as any away team will be for any homecoming, will be pumped up as well, ready to come in here and play the spoiler for South Kitsap High School's homecoming. Tonight I look for South Kitsap's offense to get on track and their defense to stay on track. The offense last week against Shelton put up 35 points in a tropical rainstorm at Shelton High School, and the Wolves ran away with that one 35-0. And what do you expect from South Kitsap's offense this week, D-Vow?
Well, South Kitsap is coming off of a key victory last week, as you said earlier, from against Shelton, as they defeated Shelton last week 35-0. And South Kitsap coming into this game with a very much needed win tonight as the Wolves prepare to go to hopefully go to the playoffs. Coming into this game, South Kitsap is 2-2 in league play in the Narrows League. Bellarmine is also 2-2. South Kitsap has the edge on the overall record at 3-2. Bellarmine is 2-3, but both teams tonight vying for a playoff spot, so it's a very big very big game for both teams tonight.
And who should we look for to be taking snaps tonight? Gordy Anderson or Mr. Dorsey tonight?
Brian Dorsey and Gordy Anderson have been splitting a little bit of time at quarterback, and both have been doing an excellent job as Dorsey came back from a key knee injury, and they're both been doing a nice job. Gordy Anderson stepped into the starting role and has had a very decent season so far this year, but the Wolves also can come back with Dorsey along with a strong running game of Sean Allison, Ryan Williams, Robert Issa. The list goes on and on.
The list always seems to go on and on with the quarterbacks and tailbacks for the SK Wolves, as they seem to be able to plug in their choice of any two plus quarterbacks, or any seems to be 4 or 5 plus tailbacks. It's a luxury that a lot of teams don't have, and South Kitsap does enjoy that, and they seem to do a pretty good job of it. Guys stepping in and playing just like they're starters.
Well, the Wolves will be receiving the kickoff here as they send back number 34, Ryan Williams, and number 93, Isaiah Davis, the sophomore, as Robert Guernsey is going to kick off for the Lions, and they squib it down the middle. They don't want to take any chances on a return. Ryan Williams comes up. He fields it about the 25-yard line. He's got a little seam at the middle. There goes Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams is at the 40-yard line. They are not going to catch him. 20, 10, touchdown South Kitsap. Ryan Williams with a 75-yard touchdown return.
And they tried to squib it to no avail. They are aware of the running game and the return game of the South Kitsap Wolves. Try to keep it away from the hands of those returners. Nothing doing. Quick 6 South Kitsap. Boom.
It was just a matter of time. Ryan Williams, Isaiah Davis, both doing the special teams duty on kickoff return. Davis and Williams both getting very close, returning back kickoffs for touchdowns. And like we said, it was just a matter of time before one of them broke it open and scored. And we're going to call that officially about a 76-yard kickoff return. And what a way to start the homecoming game here for 2008.
11 seconds into the game, and the Wolves are up 7-0 as Klopstein puts it through. The formidable and reliable kicker for the SK Wolves. 7-0 here with 11:49 left in the first quarter. Darren, it's a beautiful night out here still, as there's still a little bit of sun left in the sky, but mostly dark. We're going to look at a replay of this.
They tried to squib it right down the middle. Guernsey just did, and Williams came up and he fielded it right at the 28-yard line, and Williams just followed a few blockers. Bellarmine looked like they overplayed, and Williams just had a nice opening, got out to the right side, and was able to go in untouched. So Bellarmine could have a long evening if they continue to let special teams give up points like that.
Well, a couple things about that type of play is, first of all, Bellarmine special teams are predicting that one of the middle guys is going to pick up that ball and just fall on it, and we'll start playing at the 40 or 30-yard line or whatever. But South Kitsap, well coached, knowing and having the presence of mind, lets it bounce, gets a lucky bounce. One of our quick guys picks it up and takes it down. Also, it kind of looked like Bellarmine had about 7 or 8 guys out there instead of the standard 11. They just kind of walked right through them and went down the field as South Kitsap kicks off to Bellarmine now.
And they go for the onside kick, and the ball is still fumbling around. It's gathering around near the 38-yard line. I believe that Bellarmine does have it, so South Kitsap, Klopstein came up, was going to try and fake the long kick, and they got the onside kick going there, and they almost recovered that one.
South Kitsap going for the jugular here in the beginning, not messing around. You always look to score on every offensive play, even in a kickoff return, but the onside kick after the kickoff return for touchdown, boy, that's a big-time play. DJ Sigerson and the Wolves coaching staff going for the up-the-sleeve tricks here.
Starting at quarterback is Lucas Schindele for Bellarmine, who has a spread offense here. Schindele is in the shotgun. He's going to keep it rolled to his left. He's just going to keep it on the quarterback keeper. He tries to cut it back up the middle. He does not get very much as he's met by a pack of Wolves right at the 40-yard line. A gain of about 2. It's going to be 2nd and 8 for Bellarmine.
Well, we saw a similar game plan like the first play we just saw from Bellarmine here tonight with Gig Harbor with their quarterback running about 80% of the time. And Schindele there, nothing doing. Looks a little, a couple steps slow right there. The defense easily catching up to him and picking up a yard on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Connor Unruh is the lone setback as Bellarmine comes out with trips wide receivers to the far side. They take the snap. They're going to hand it off to Unruh, but he's not going anywhere. Nice tackle there by number 23, Sean Allison. as he is fired up here at this homecoming game, and a gain of a couple, and it's going to be 3rd and 6 for Bellarmine.
Well, the one thing the Wolves have to do here, they're up 7-0 right off the bat. The defense, sometimes can get a little overexcited and over-penetrate. We got to look for the draw play here up the middle. They might be looking for South Kitsap. They know they're excited. Bellarmine might be looking for South Kitsap to over-penetrate into the backfield, and we could have a draw play, and we want to make sure to plug that middle up.
This time Schindele is going to be under center as they send 4 wide receivers out. Schindele, he drops back. He's looking to his right, being flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right. He's looking for the man out in the flat, and the pass is incomplete. The intended receiver was Connor Unruh, the upback, running a cross pattern. He had it in his hands near the 50-yard line, but he couldn't hang on to it, and the pass was incomplete.
They could have used that play, Coach. It looked like he was wide open, running out in the right flat and unable to complete the pass. And, boy, that's something Bellarmine sure could have used, because now they are punting to the Wolves. And if they didn't like that punt return from Ryan Williams, they're really not going to like Ryan Williams taking handoffs here for the Wolves offense.
Guernsey with the low end-over-end kick. It is fielded by number 9. That is Leon Ladeau, the 6'3 junior for the Wolves, as Jared Moore was back to receive it, but Bellarmine looked like they didn't want to take a chance with some kind of a return after the 76-yard touchdown return on the opening kickoff for the Wolves. South Kitsap leads Bellarmine 7-0 here with 10-11 remaining in the first quarter of play. Bellarmine with their first series on offense, 3 and out, and they were done. And the Wolves get the ball back as they send Jared Moore and Leon Ladeau to the far side of the field. Ryan Williams is in at tailback. Starting at quarterback is Gordy Anderson, the junior. Anderson's going to hand the ball off to Williams. He had a touchdown earlier with the kickoff return. He goes off left guard, but it goes for a short gain, and we're going to call it a little bit longer than what we saw up here. It's going to be 6 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 4 for the Wolves, so a nice job there by Williams to start this offensive series.
Well, Williams is the machine that makes this offense go, and anybody will tell you South Kitsap likes to put the ball on the ground, and no change here.
Anderson under center. The wide receivers are split this time. Anderson with a 3-step drop. He's got Leon Ladeau on the flat. He makes a nice catch and reception past the 40-yard line. He should have enough for the first down.
Nice little dump off out in the right flat for number 9, Ladeau. And that is enough for a first down. South Kitsap showing pass here early on. Not something we've seen with the DJ Segerson offense as frequently as other teams, and it paid off for him there for the first down.
South Kitsap with the first down. Spot that ball at the 40-yard line, nearing midfield here on a beautiful evening. A nice full moon here. A little crisp as the October weather starting to set in. Anderson. He's going to hand the ball, fake the handoff. Nice fake. He's got a man out the flat. He throws it right down a strike there to Jared Moore. He's got a few wheels on him. He tries to escape a couple of tackles, gets past midfield all the way down to the 34-yard line. That's going to be a big pass reception and catch. Gordy Anderson to Jared Moore. Boy,
it's really nice to see Coach Segerson opening up this playbook a little bit and getting some more passes for this offense. Boy, Gordy showing his stuff tonight and finding some open receivers, and Jared Moore really doing a nice job with the run after catch.
Nice job by Gordy Anderson to stay in the pocket there as Ronnie Smith is now in split to the far side of the field. 3 other wide receivers, a little fumble on the snap. They're going to pitch the ball to Sean Allison. He gets a nice block. He tries to get to the outside, but he's taken down near the 25-yard line. It's going to be just short of that. We'll call it the 26. Nice tackle there by Bellarmine's defensive back who came up. That's Daniel Gray. Allison had a little bit of room to run, but the cornerback came and stopped him.
Well, just as the snap was about to happen there, Bellarmine sent a blitz and kind of took Gordy Anderson by surprise. He kept his druthers and got a nice handoff for a 7-yard gain.
Allison got 7 yards on the carry. It's going to be 2nd and 3 for the Wolves. Anderson drops straight back, rolls out to his right, and he's got Jared Moore at the 23-yard line. I don't know if I think forward progress will get him there, and that is he will be just a hair shy, about 1 yard short of the first down he needed to get to the 20. They're going to mark it at the 23, and he needs to get to, they might measure on this one. We'll see. It's very, very close to a first down.
Well, it looked like South got away with a little bit of a hold there. Sometimes the refs just don't see those calls on homecoming night, and had a piece of jersey there right in front of us.
It's just short of the 23, inside the 24-yard line. They need about half a yard. Anderson's going to hand the ball off to Sean Allison, and he does. He was hit just behind the line of scrimmage, but inched his way forward. Gets down to the 21-yard line, and the Wolves are going to have a 1st and 10 at the Bellarmine 21.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, Bellarmine better figure it out real quick. Otherwise, this game is going to be out of hand quickly. They might want to get a timeout if the ball's at the 21-yard line after a kickoff return for touchdown for South and a punt back to South. South Kitsap is marching, and they're looking to hit pay dirt again here.
Moore and Ladeau. Moore's in the slot, and on the near side, they're going to hand the ball off to him. Fake the handoff to. No, they do give it to Ryan Williams. He faked us out up here, and Gordy Anderson with a nice little fake there. And but he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. In fact, Williams is going to lose about a yard on the gain, and it will be 2nd and 11 for the Wolves. So Bellarmine comes up big right there.
Bellarmine sniffed that play out pretty well. They knew exactly what was coming. Handoff up the middle. Nothing doing, and Bellarmine defense shows up. We'll see if they can hold the Wolves for a couple extra downs here and force them into a field goal attempt.
Jared Moore comes out, takes a little breather here. Wolves in the I formation. Anderson rolls out to his right. He's looking for a man, and he throws it, and it's just a little underthrown. The intended receiver was Leon Ladeau. He was at the 9-yard line heading out of bounds. Anderson didn't quite put enough on that one. Pass is incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 11 for the Wolves.
And that's twice that Bellarmine has sent an inside linebacker right before they snap. It seems like they've scouted out something with South's snap counts maybe. Twice that's happened where taking the quarterback off a little bit by surprise and kind of flushed him out of that pocket making him uncomfortable a little bit earlier than he'd like to be.
So a key 3rd down here for the Wolves as Anderson's going to hand the ball off to Williams. He's got a big hole right up the middle. He gets that 1st down. What a great set of blocking up front by that big offensive line for the Wolves. And Anderson, oh my gosh, I tell you, I can't believe they're spotting it a little bit short. His knee must have gone down on the ground, but it sure looked like he had the 1st down.
Makes up for that holding call they missed earlier. Right now, it'll be is it 4th and 1, Coach?
It's going to be 4th and 1.
I think they got to go for it, because even if they don't make a field goal, then it gives the ball back to Bellarmine, and if they don't make the 4th down play, then Bellarmine's at the 10-yard line. So why not go for it?
South Kitsap is going to burn their first time out here in the first half, leading 7-0 over Bellarmine here at the homecoming game for South Kitsap High School. South Kitsap received the kickoff, and from the first play, Ryan Williams ran the ball back 76 yards, the opening kickoff for a touchdown, and that's how the Wolves got on the board. They went for an onside kick, almost got it, but did not get it. The Wolves are threatening here, so this is a key 4th down play as the Wolves are at the Bellarmine 12-yard line, and Bellarmine is really hoping to stop South Kitsap here on defense.
Let's meet the referees. Tonight our referee is Steven Lingenfelter. Our umpire, Larry Vansel. Linesman, Brent Goldrick. Line judge, Glenn Samples. And back judge, Mike Williams.
So South Kitsap breaks the huddle from the timeout. They're coming out in that power I formation. Sean Allison is the tailback. They're going to pitch the ball to Allison. He gets it. He's going to have a lot of room. He'll easily have the 1st down. That's all they were looking for. He's going to get down to the 7-yard line where the Wolves are going to have a 1st and goal. So nice job by the Wolves, and they usually do an excellent job with that power I formation and gaining yards.
Well, outside of those 2 linebacker blitzes where he got through to the backfield from Bellarmine, it looks like South Kitsap, their offensive line is really putting their nose down and making these critical blocks and opening up this offense the way that any football team would like to have it, and they're just doing a very good job tonight so far.
Sean Korf and Peapea are the fullbacks. They're going to hand the ball off to Allison. He's met right at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle there, hit hard by number 57, Andrew Fuller, the linebacker, the 6'3", 195-pound linebacker for Bellarmine. But Allison is able to hang on to the ball and still get past the line of scrimmage, but not by much. It's going to be 2nd goal for South Kitsap.
Well, South Kitsap, the machine slowing down here as they get closer to the end zone, and sometimes, teams have a tendency of defensively buckling down and trying to keep these guys out of the end zone. So we'll see what Bellarmine does here.
Leon Ladeau, the lone wide receiver, they're going to have the ball off to Allison on a counter play coming up. He fights his way forward, and he's going to get all the way down to the 2-yard line, just inside the 2, and it's going to be 3rd and goal. Nice job blocking up front on that counter play for the Wolves.
And the chain gang tonight, Mr. Don Morgan with the the third down marker over there at the 1 yard line. He's been doing this for about, 35 years with Seth Posey and the rest of the crew for Chain Gang tonight. We thank them for being here and volunteering as well.
And I would imagine that this is about a 2-down territory as the Wolves are looking to get into the end zone once again. That power I formation. Allison's going to get the ball, handoff. He's barreling his way forward, but we'll see his second effort, and he is. He's in for the touchdown. He looked like he was stopped right near the goal line, but kept his legs driving, and he was able to inch forward. A little delayed call there by the officials, but he did. He crossed the plane, and the Wolves get in, and the Wolves are going to go for the extra point. It looked like one of the coaches was signaling for a 2.
Well, I'd be surprised to see that, and the second effort there, was that Allison on the run there? From Allison, earns him the touchdown as Klopstein comes on for the extra point and kicks it up, and good. South Kitsap up 14-0 here with 4:26 left in the first quarter. Bellarmine a little shell-shocked at the beginning, especially after that touchdown return from Ryan Williams, and now Sean Allison and the crew, they come in and put up another 6 points, and Bellarmine scratching their heads a little bit. They got to get the wheels back on here, because right now they stumbled a little bit, and we'll see if they can keep it together, or if South is just going to roll them over tonight.
Bellarmine is off to a shaky start here in this game. The South Kitsap Wolves were just very pumped up today with this being the home football game, the homecoming football game. And South Kitsap desperately needing to get this win, all the help they can get to make into the playoffs, having a couple of losses in league. The 2 losses that they had, both of them heartfelt losses, very close. The first was a 14-13 loss to Central Kitsap and a 23-13 loss to Gig Harbor. Being in the game both times, just coming up with the short end of the stick as Drew Klopstein is ready to kick to the Bellarmine receivers. And it's going to be a little short kick. It's going to be fielded at about the 20-yard line by Bellarmine, number 22 for Bellarmine there. That is Cole McLeod, who has about we're going to call it a 10-yard return, fielded it at the 20, and Bellarmine will come out for their second offensive series, and D-Rod will see how they can do. Their first series, they were 3 and out, and they're going to have to get something going here on offense.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bellarmine might have to open up their playbook a little bit too. They looked a little predictable, maybe a little stale there at the beginning. They've got a wide left here and 2 wide right, or 2 wide right, yeah, and we'll see if their quarterback can sling the ball around here a little bit.
Shindley looks left. It goes to his right. They're setting up a little screen, but not before they're taken down on defense there. Nice job by Corey Galligan. He's right there on defense. Nice tackle to stay home. They faked left. Shindley looked left, set up the screen to the right, but it wasn't going anywhere. In fact, they're going to lose a couple on the play. It's going to be second long for Bellarmine.
I'll tell you what, this South Kitsap defense looks ready. The special teams looks ready. The offense is definitely ready. And so far, out of the 3 categories, South Kitsap is dominating all 3. And like I said, Bellarmine better pick up the pieces here quickly, or this game is going to be over.
Bellarmine starting their first offensive series with a spread offense, now going to more under center and a closed offense here. Shindley under center. They're going to fake the handoff and try and run the reverse. Oh, and the runner slipped. He slipped when he got the handoff. That was number 32, Connor Unruh. And he had a little bit of room to his left. He tried to cut up, and with this brisk October weather, that field's going to get a little slippery down there.
It's a little wet, but as far as conditions for this field goes, it's the field that we've seen in the past, especially with some rain that we've seen. This is optimal field conditions for South Kitsap and any opponent that comes here to play in Port Orchard.
So Bellarmine will have a 3rd and 14 from their own 26-yard line. They've sent 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field, 1 man in the slot. Shindley drops straight back, rolls to his right. He's got a man down the middle, and the pass is caught. It's close to the first down. It is close to the first down. The pass reception was made by Robert Guernsey.
It's about a yard short.
It's going to be about a yard short, about 2 yards short of the first down, and Bellarmine will not take any chances. They again will have to punt the ball away.
So they're going to count on their defense coming out here and stopping the Wolves and punt the ball away unless we see a fake punt here, which wouldn't surprise me. They've got 4 wideouts. So a little trickery here in the up the sleeves once again of the Bellarmine Lions this time instead of the Wolves.
Jared Moore is back to receive the punt at about his 25. They're going to fake it. They're going to try and fake it, and there goes. They're going to get the first down. I can't believe the Shindley Bellarmine came out. They tried to catch the Wolves off guard a little bit, looking like they were going to punt. They spread out the offense. Moore was back there. Shindley was back to kick. He just kept it, and he ran for the first down, and that's a huge play for Bellarmine.
Well, that is a huge play, and it's not really surprising because to me, that's 4-down territory for Bellarmine. They kicked the ball away to South Kitsap in that situation. We're looking at 21-0 in the first quarter, and that's not something that the Bellarmine coaches want to deal with. Right now, they're making a game of it by going for that 4th down and converting at 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 43-yard line.
Shindley in the shotgun once again. They send a man in motion, 4 wide receivers. He's going to run the option and decide to keep it, put his head down, and run straight up the middle. A gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6 for Bellarmine. But D-Rod, that's what we were talking about earlier, that this is the kind of thing that can get a team going here with a little special teams trickery.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Bellarmine picks up another 1st down here, that'll be a definite momentum shift. Bellarmine threw the Wolves off there for a second and did pick up that 1st down. Bellarmine looking like they might have, stiffen up their backs a little bit and decide they're going to play some ball here instead of getting blown out.
Bellarmine has the ball at their own 46-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6. They send 3 wide receivers, 2 to the far side, as the officials stop play here. That usually means some kind of an equipment problem. We'll have to wait and see what they say. And the officials are going to talk. There is a flag on the far side of the field, and there is an illegal procedure penalty being called on Bellarmine. So I guess that one of the offensive linemen went down to get set and then came back up, which you can't do. So instead of 2nd and 6, it's going to be 2nd and 11 for Bellarmine as they come out again.
That hurts because Bellarmine doing so well all of a sudden here, and they can't afford a setback like that.
Shindley under center once again, one lone setback. Split wide receivers, they're going to fake the handoff and hand to the up back coming around from the end. Not till he's taken down. Nice tackle there by Jared Moore. That was number 25, Kyle Abel, getting the end around. They fake the handoff to the up back, getting the end around and gaining a good portion of that yardage back. But it's still going to be 3rd and 4 for Bellarmine. So another key play here as they near midfield. And
number 59 or number 25 for the Lions there, Abel. Boy, he's got some wheels underneath him there. Nice play.
Bellarmine comes out 4 wide receivers, 2 split each side. Shindley under center, about a 3-step drop. Oh, and he's taken down. Nice tackle there. That's Corey Galligan on the blitz. And he wrapped up Shindley and took him down fast. And it's going to be 4th down for Bellarmine once again.
Shindley didn't see that coming until he was about 1 step away, and he tried to cover up and slip out of it, but it was too late, and boy, he had to take the sack. And I don't think Bellarmine's going to go for it on 4th down here, but they're going once again with 4 wides in the punt formation. We'll see what they do.
Shindley is back once again to kick the ball. Wolves will have to respect it this time, and this time he is. He's going to kick it. It's going to head all the way to the right. It's going to go out of bounds. They won't even get a return. It went out of bounds near the 30-yard line. We'll see where they officially spot it.
We got 6 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, so South Kitsap with the clock stopped will get 1 play to go off here, working from our right to left, and then they'll switch directions here at the quarter break. The Lions looking like a changed team from the very beginning of the game when they got shell-shocked, 14-0, 2 straight scores for South Kitsap, coming out and playing a little bit more football instead of watching South run up and down the field. So it's good to see they're officially warmed up now. I think they showed up, and the coaches are glad to see that as well for Bellarmine.
South Kitsap has the ball up there on the 34-yard line. They hand the ball off to Ryan Williams. He's got a lot of room. There goes Ryan Williams at the 50. They may not catch him. He's going to the 40, the 30, the 20. He's got it at the 10. Touchdown, South Kitsap. Ryan Williams with the long touchdown, but we got to come back. There are 2 penalty flags back near the line of scrimmage, and that might be in the area of holding, as Brian Dorsey, now in at quarterback, is going to come back and see what the penalty is, and I'm afraid it's all coming back.
Yellow hankies on the field usually means touchdowns come back.
A 65-yard touchdown run by Ryan Williams, but it's all coming back here.
Erased.
It is going to be erased as we were waiting to see the official call here. and it is. It's going to be a holding call
The
against South Kitsap.
The official call is it's erased. That touchdown is coming back. South Kitsap's student section here going absolutely nuts. The band.
There was a big hole on the left side of that line, even though that offensive line for South Kitsap does a nice job of blocking up front here, as we can see that big hold. I guess I still couldn't see it there, but
boy, that call came down from Bellarmine.
So the Wolves, the Lions cut a big break here, and instead of a 65-yard touchdown run by Ryan Williams, the Wolves are going to have 1st and 20 from their own 25-yard line.
DB, we've got a nice crowd here tonight. The band is here. The student section is nice and rowdy tonight. Got a nice halftime show set up, which we will also be televising. And the band doing a good job tonight. We'll see them perform in halftime, I hope.
So the Wolves in the I formation. They're going to have the ball up to Sean Allison. He gets a little bit up the middle, goes straight up the middle. May have gotten about 3 or 4, and gets up to the 30-yard line, as that is the end of the first quarter of play. South Kitsap waiting for the change of downs here. They lead Bellarmine 14-0 here at the homecoming game at Joe Knowles Field at the campus of South Kitsap High School. So far, D-Rod, South Kitsap is living up to their expectations and what they planned for against Bellarmine.
Yeah, they came out, the offense extremely versatile tonight, and really taking advantage of possibly some deficiencies in the secondary of Bellarmine, and Gordy Anderson throwing the ball around a little bit and having some fun. And when you have fun when you're playing your favorite sport, you tend to
former students.
Yeah, a lot of former students come back for these games. I'm a former student, proud to be here at South Kitsap High School, and it also looks like that all the hardware stores might be out of maroon and yellow paint tonight, as the student section is properly painted up, as we are now moving from right to left, excuse me. South Kitsap gets the ball at the 30-yard line.
Brian Dorsey under center this time for the series. A little 3-step drop. He's got a man wide open. Oh my goodness, Leon Ladeau had a step on the quarterback, and the ball was just a little bit thrown too far, and the pass was incomplete. And nice move by Ladeau. Made a little stutter step, got ahead of the defender there, number 23, Jordan Rett, and Dorsey just led him a little too much.
That was a nice ball, and it was Ladeau was in position, and ball thrown just about a half step over Ladeau's head, and South Kitsap going for that one-on-one play with Ladeau isolated.
Dorsey under center. Sean Allison is the tailback. Dorsey drops back again. They're going to set up the little screen to Jared Moore, and he jumps up and makes the catch, and he gets to the outside, switches positions. What a nice block, but they are going to call it back there by Ladeau. That was really close. Really, really close there by Ladeau, trying to make a nice block right there, but I wasn't really sure if they were going to flag him for a block in the back, but right when he did, the flags came out.
Sometimes I just wonder, where are you supposed to block a guy, Can't block him in the back. It can be a kind of a gray area sometimes. Maybe you block him in the side or at the shoulder pad, and they call it a block in the back. I don't know.
Well, coming up in that position,
nice play.
The players are taught that they have to try and get their head in the front or to the side instead, and Ladeau was just trying to make a nice block there, and so you got to credit him for the effort right there, and it's an illegal block in the back, and another big gain right there, brought back by a penalty, but instead of a big gain, it's going to be 3rd down for the Wolves.
Well, we're seeing some good things from Dorsey coming out here, taking snaps at the quarterback position for the Wolves, looking like a starter, and under pressure there, the three Lions coming right at him, and he just dumps it over the middle for the screen pass, and looked like a nice little dump off there, and gain for 1st down until we saw the flag, and South gets that flag for that illegal block in the back, and it'll come back, and it's going to be 3rd and I'm not sure how many.
Third and 11 from their own 33-yard line. Dorsey did throw a nice ball there when Ledoux was open on the right-hand side, just let him a little too much, and you let him have room like that, they're going to get touchdowns left and right as the Wolves come out, 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field. Dorsey, they're going to stop this here, and flags come out quick like that, and that's usually in the area of an illegal procedure call.
And Mr. Ledoux looking like he's asking the referee, the official, about just what went wrong there, and they're going to tell us right now. Illegal formation on the Wolves.
Illegal procedure call against the Wolves here as they're going to scoot him back another 5, so it's going to be 3rd down and 16 for the Wolves. So a couple of key penalties here delaying the Wolves' drive as the temperature is dropping just a little bit more. No wind here this evening. Still a beautiful full moon. The field is in great shape as the Wolves are going to come out once again, sending Ledoux and Moore to the near side of the field. Sean Allison is the tailback. Dorsey is going to fake the handoff, stops, rolls, still, now he cuts back to the right side. He's got a little bit, now cuts back up the middle, but he's not going to go anywhere. It gets just past the 30-yard line down to the 31. It's going to be 4th down for the Wolves, and they're going to have to punt the ball away for the first time.
Dorsey saw some daylight there and scampered up the right side, but the Bellarmine defensive line was ready for him, and they make the tackle on him and force the Wolves to finally punt here after 2 consecutive penalties. And the Wolves are looking at a 4th and 13. I doubt we will see any fake puntery here, DB.
Back to receive the punt for Bellarmine is Rick Miller standing at his 36-yard line. Leon Ledoux doing the punting. The snap is back and good. It's almost blocked by Bellarmine. Ledoux gets a high end-over-end kick and still it is caught by Miller at the 45-yard line. And Ledoux had a little pressure there coming from the left, and it almost got blocked.
Well, the right end for Bellarmine there just put a move on his guy and went right past him and almost blocked that punt from Ledoux, and that could have been a game changer, as the presidential nominees keep mentioning things about game changer. That was almost a game changer here at South Kitsap High School, as Ledoux almost had that punt blocked, and yes, Ledoux is wide receiver and the punter for the South Kitsap Wolves.
So Schindele comes back in under center here, sends a man in motion. They're going to hand the ball off to the up back. He's not going very far. That's number 25, Kyle Abel, with the run. Maybe a couple on the play. We're going to call it a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Bellarmine at their own 48-yard line. So Bellarmine looking to sustain some kind of a drive. Their first couple of offensive series, pretty much all for naught, only gaining 1 first down after a punt, a fake punt. And Schindele stayed in there, and they were able to get that first down, but otherwise the Wolves' defense has been very outstanding tonight, as the Wolves are hoping to stop him here once again. They send a man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff and then hand it. There's a penalty flag that comes flying in from the near side of the field. A lot of faking up front there, handing the ball to the up back. Not much on the gain, and it's going to be 3rd, 2nd down depending on the penalty.
And Bellarmine throwing a lot of different offensive looks with men in motion and some misdirection stuff in the backfield. And the only time that South Kitsap was really thrown off recently that we've seen with that was when when Gig Harbor came in here, and they ran the quarterback quite a bit. And from then on, South Kitsap really the defense has kind of regrouped and has done a much better job last week flanking Shelton, and tonight giving up no points through the first 14 minutes of play to the Bellarmine Lions. So 6 straight quarters of shutout ball for the Wolves.
Bellarmine being flagged for an illegal procedure call, but South Kitsap is refusing the penalty, and it will be 3rd and 8 for Bellarmine at their own. Looks like they're spotting it at the 46-yard line. We're not sure. The officials look like they're talking down on the field in terms of exactly where to spot the ball. And it's going to be a 3rd and long still for Bellarmine, and it looks like they've officially placed it at the 47-yard line. Bellarmine needs to get all the way down to the 45-yard line of South Kitsap as they are ready to go now. Schindele is under center, 4 wide receivers in, 1 lone setback for Bellarmine. Schindele's going to roll to his right and to his left. He's got a man out the flat, and it's intercepted. Oh! Jared Moore gets to the 40-yard line. He might have 1 block. Oh, nice interception by Jared Moore. Gets all the way down to the 25-yard line, and he read that like a cheap novel.
Did you see that read? That was a great defensive play. He jumped. I didn't think he could get up that high. He got just right in front of the quarterback. Saw something from the quarterback's eyes, telegraphing the whole way on the right side, and Moore just leaps up, two-handed interception, and scampers up the left sideline before he's tackled at the 25-yard line. What an athletic play from Jared Moore.
Shindley threw the ball out to the sideline from the far side of the field, and Jared Moore was right there, read it quickly, and was able to make the pick.
A beautiful interception.
And a big turnover by South Kitsap as they hand the ball off to Sean Allison. He goes straight up the middle. Nice blocking up front by the offensive line, and he is going to be near a first down, a gain of about 9 yards on the play, and the Wolves are on the move.
Well, the Wolves running game is just giving Bellarmine a big, giant mouthful of run the ball up the gut and see if you can stop it type of ball here tonight. And South Kitsap is known for their running game, and boy, they're really proving it here tonight, DB.
Sean Korf and Sean Allison in at the fullback and tailback, and they hand the ball off to Sean Allison straight up the middle once again. He is the ball carrier and gets down to the 10-yard line where it should be first and goal for the Wolves.
Well, South Kitsap just eating up chunks of yards every handoff, and just Bellarmine right now, once again, possibly shell-shocked after the interception and return from number 3, Jared Moore, and now they're just giving up huge swaths of real estate to the Wolves on the ground here.
Allison has a little rip on the back of his jersey as TJ Rhodes is in at fullback. They're going to hand the ball to Allison. Straight up the middle. There goes Allison. Puts his head down. Extends the ball out to the goal line, but is still short. Gets down to the goal line at the 1. A gain of 9. It's going to be second goal.
So the Wolves started off at the 26. They just picked up 25 yards and 3 rushing plays. So that's 8 1/3 yards per rushing play in 3 straight plays. That is not a good average if you're a defensive coordinator or a coach for the Bellarmine Lions.
Sean Allison starting to look like Earl Campbell there as his entire uniform up top is almost completely ripped off there. Nice job by Allison of just getting the ball and working hard, running up the middle. Gordy Anderson back in at quarterback. They're going to hand the ball to Sean Allison, and he gets in for the touchdown. Sean Allison with a 1-yard touchdown run for the Wolves.
Too easy, and the South Kitsap Wolves NJROTC cannon sounds the warning sign, or maybe the death knell for the Bellarmine Lions. That is the 3rd touchdown given up in 16 minutes of play to Bellarmine's nothing. Allison up the middle, just making it look too easy, and it's 20-0 South Kitsap as Klopstein comes on for the extra point.
South Kitsap set up here with this touchdown. The extra point is up and good, and South Kitsap now leads Bellarmine 21-0 with 8:11 remaining here at the homecoming game for the South Kitsap Wolves. And D-Rod, that last offensive series was set up by a nice interception by Jared Moore.
And South Kitsap really showing their quality team setup they've got in all 3 aspects, special teams and offense and defense. I've mentioned that already tonight, but really they've come out tonight and they look very poised and very ready, making Bellarmine so far look like a team that maybe not so ready.
So South Kitsap doing some damage here, and I'll tell you, D-Rod, this South Kitsap Wolves team looks very prepared.
Yeah, the coaching staff obviously has this team ready to go. They had their homecoming pep assembly today. They have homecoming festivities. They always want to play solid football every time they go out in front of the home crowd. On homecoming night is something special, though.
Add to that, the Wolves are looking to get a win here, wanting to try and secure a playoff berth, as they have a tough schedule of games coming up here.
It's going to be tough. They lost a couple games early on that you mentioned, and it's going to be kind of a tight scramble for them to earn a playoff spot.
Klopstein with the kick, and they're going to be fielded by the Lions there at their own 15-yard line by the back man, and he's got a little bit of room running there. The Lions was received by number 32, Connor Unruh, who has seen a lot of action tonight. He gets a little bit, nice little run there, about a 20-yard return down to the 35-yard line. So the Bellarmine Lions will be in business and have relatively good field position.
Well, let's see if Bellarmine will come out here and throw some more trickery, possibly some misdirection type stuff in the backfield at the Wolves, and see if they can catch them off guard. So far, Bellarmine not being able to do much, only picking up a few first downs here in the first half, and South Kitsap having their way on defense.
Shindley under center. He's going to hand the ball up to the tailback, who is not going to get a whole lot there. That looked like Rick Miller, number 6, the fullback, getting the carry. May have got past the line of scrimmage there. And they're going to call it a gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Wolves, or for the Lions there.
Well, South Kitsap Wolves defense looks like they're just kind of set up in their trenches and not going to give up too much to the Bellarmine Lions here. One thing the Wolves need to keep an eye out for is possibly some passing plays where they might get beat on the outside corners here, and or something over the middle. So we'll see if the Wolves defense stays home and stays solid.
Shindley out of the shotgun, keeps it, but not going very far. He is stopped by a bunch of Wolves. Nice tackle there by number 7 for the Wolves.
That's number 7, Austin Melvin, the junior, the 5'10", 158-pound junior, making the tackle for the Wolves, as we see some of the bench coming in here for the Wolves at the end of the first half, which Coach Sigurdsson usually does.
South Kitsap has a good stop there on defense. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Wolves, or for the Lions. We're used to saying that so much because the Wolves have had the ball so much on offense here in this game. And Bellarmine's going to come out 3rd and long as Shindley is in the shotgun, sending trips wide receivers to the far side of the field. Shindley looking to his left. He's got a man out there, and it's almost intercepted once again. Almost intercepted there by number 31, Brady Zern, and he just came up there. A nice rifle pass by Shindley for the intended receiver. It was near the 43-yard line. They needed to get to the 45, and Brady came up and almost made the interception. The pass was incomplete, and Bellarmine will have to punt the ball away once again.
Well, Shindley not looking very crisp here in the first half. South Kitsap able to read his routes and read his eyes, and that ball was going nowhere.
Shindley with the kick. It's going a little bit drifting to the right. Jared Moore's going to come up and field it, runs into his own man, and he took out Brady Zern, was right there, and Jared Moore just gave him a forearm shiver like there's no tomorrow.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. That was pretty funny because I think everybody was expecting Jared Moore just to handle it and take a knee or fair catch or whatever, but nope, he was going, and Brady Zern was like, what? And got popped.
There's Brady Zern down there on the sideline, and he took his helmet off, and he started laughing at that play because he thought, hey, I thought you weren't going to field it, and he did. He goes, why you got to pop me like that?
He got knocked. Yeah, that was funny. I'm sure they'll have a laugh over that one after the game when they see it on film.
That's a memorable moment at your homecoming game, I'll tell you that, as the Wolves come out here. Brian Dorsey is in at quarterback once again. Pea is the fullback. Ryan Williams is at the tailback position. He's standing at his own 27. Ryan Williams, the dangerous running back, has got a little bit of blocking. There goes Williams, gets to the outside, but a shoestring tackle as a penalty flag comes flying in from Manchester and lands near the 40-yard line, and that's usually in the area of holding, and that's all coming back. So the Wolves are being bitten here by the penalty bug.
Well, so the referees are throwing those flags around the field a little bit tonight, and I guess the Wolves holding a little more than usual tonight, I guess. And here's the punt from Shindley, which I thought he traveled in the first place.
It sailed to the near side of the field. He didn't catch it. Boom! He just gives him a shoulder shot. Oh my goodness, man. Jared Moore.
That was worth seeing again. We appreciate the South Kitsap audio-visual crew here tonight for that replay. That gave us a good laugh up here in the booth.
One of the few times where a man on offense can actually carry the ball and give a guy a shot, and he sent Brady Zern down to the beach on that one.
I think that's a hash mark.
I think that was the first offensive player to get a hash mark for carrying the ball as the Wolves come out here in the I formation after the holding penalty, 1st and long. Dorsey's going to hand the ball off to Williams. He's hit at the original or the line of scrimmage, and he's able to scoot forward just past the 30. We'll call it the 31, where it's still going to be 2nd and long for the Wolves.
Bellarmine Lion slow to get up here after the play, number 41, I believe, but he's going to stick in there, and we'll see what the Wolves do here on. Well, according to the scoreboard, it's 1st and 14, but I don't think that's right. I think it's 2nd and 14. As the Wolves get up to the line very quickly.
Pea comes out as Ronnie Smith and Leon Ledoux split to the far side. Dorsey rolls out to his right. He's looking for a man, doesn't have anybody still. He puts it up there, and the ball is intercepted. The ball is intercepted by the Bellarmine cornerback,
It was a decent throw there. It was intercepted by number 80. That was Daniel Gray for Bellarmine. And just like that, a turnover is going to give Bellarmine the ball at their own 47-yard line. So Bellarmine is back in business.
And would make Bellarmine, the Bellarmine football team and coaching staff, nothing would make them happier than to put up 7 points here somehow in the first half. First of all, no team wants to come in and get skunked, and no team wants to go in the locker room down 21-0. They would love to put up some points here.
Schindele is going to fake the handoff, roll to his right. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's got the man out in the flat for the reception, and he's taken down on defense there. Sean Allison and Sean Korp, number 33 with the pass reception there. That's Connor King. That's Ben King, and he's taken down by the Seans at the 44-yard line. So Bellarmine is second and short here.
It looked like he had enough running room for first down, but some nice solid tackling there from the South Kitsap Wolves defenders, preventing him from getting it. We'll see if the Wolves can hold him here.
Bellarmine splits 2 wide receivers, 2 men in the backfield. Schindele under center. He's overlooking the defense. They're going to hand the ball off to the big fullback who puts his head down. And he inches his way forward, and he should have the first down. As a man is down briefly, the ball carrier was number 26. That's Nicholas Truckee.
Looks like maybe Bellarmine's calling a timeout here. Stop the clock possibly to, I'm guessing they're calling a timeout, or.
Well, we didn't see an indication of a timeout. We have the officials that are down. They're standing at the 45-yard line talking to one another. It's a dead ball foul, and it's going to be a hold, or it's going to be a helmet. It's going to be a helmet-to-helmet shot by South Kitsap.
Is that what that sign is? And it holds the hand out and puts it up against the side of his head.
I would imagine that's what the penalty is going to be here. That you pointed to the helmet, and so it looked like it's going to be a helmet-to-helmet shot against South Kitsap. So Bellarmine's going to cut a break here at the end of the play.
We're going to see the call again. Looks like a illegal hands somehow, or illegal helmet to the hands, or hands to the helmet, or helmet to helmet. I don't know.
Well, the scoot South Kitsap back another 15 yards as Brady Zern comes into the game once again on defense, as the Wolves kind of scramble around a little bit here. And Bellarmine looking to try and take advantage of it as well. So Bellarmine will have the ball at their own 27, at the South Kitsap 27. Looking to get onto the board here. South Kitsap leading 21-0. They send Unruh in motion. They hand the ball off to Unruh, and he's got a nice block. He gets down to the 20.
The 78 banged up for Bellarmine, looks like limping around. Offensive lineman for the Lions. That's Brandon Taft. Hopefully he's okay. A couple of Bellarmine Lions have been banged up here in the first half. And I bet I'm guessing they need all hands on deck here against the Wolves as they find themselves down 21-0 with the clock ticking, 3:55 left in the first half of play.
Unruh with the carry gets down to the South Kitsap 20-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 4 for Bellarmine. They need to get to the 16. Schindele is in the shotgun. They're going to hand the ball off to the tailback, and he's got his way forward for the first down.
Wow.
Great ball running there by Kyle Abel, and his legs were just driving when he hit the line of scrimmage. Bellarmine will have a first down at the South Kitsap 14-yard line.
No, that's a nice run from Kyle Abel there, number 25 for the Lions. The Wolves looking like they might be surrendering up some points here, and I guarantee you there's some team captains there on defense talking about how they don't want that to happen for the Wolves, and they're going to do everything they can to keep the Lions off the scoreboard here at homecoming.
Bellarmine looking to get their first points of the game, down 21-0, heading near halftime with 3:15 left. They send a man in motion. The quick handoff to Unruh. Unruh's hit by Sean Allison. Jared Moore's in there on the stop as well, and TJ Rhodes also down there for the tackle. Gets past the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 9 after a gain of 1 at the South Kitsap 13.
And we apologize to Unruh or Unruh. We're not really exactly sure how to pronounce his name. So we'll just go with Unruh or Unruh the rest of the way. Schindele showing some leadership here at the quarterback for the Lions, really showing a lot of misdirection in the backfield, trying to throw the Wolves off, and now they're getting some yards out of it.
They send Hendry to the near side of the field. Schindele is under center, looking over the defense right there. They're going to hand the ball, fake it off, and they hand it off on the reverse. Taken down by Jared Moore, and that head was just snapped backwards on that one. Bellarmine was able to get about 3 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd down for Bellarmine, still knocking on the door, getting down to the South Kitsap 10-yard line.
Well, the South Kitsap Wolves are, like I said, they're looking to keep the Bellarmine Lions off of the scoreboard. Bellarmine doesn't want to call any timeouts here. They don't want to stop the clock to give the Wolves any extra time as they sit at the 10-yard line. It's 3rd and 6. The Lions don't really want to settle for a field goal here. I have no idea how their kicker is, but there's nothing, like I said, would make them happier than put 7 points on the board here to make it a game.
Under 2 minutes to go. Schindele is in the shotgun. He's going to keep it, run to his left, look for an opening, not going very far, goes down near the 7.
I don't think you kick a field goal here, DB. I think if you're Bellarmine, you got to go for it.
Bellarmine will have a 4th down. They have all 3 timeouts remaining. They have the ball at the South Kitsap 7-yard line, and now I think Bellarmine is going to use one of their timeouts, and they do.
They got to talk about it. They got to figure it out and talk about it. I bet you they go for a one-on-one isolation, throw a corner post into the end zone for a touchdown throwing attempt, just to see if they can get some points on the board. Because I don't know if the run's not working right now for them. South is hunkering down. If they try to run the ball here, I predict that South will stop them. I think the Bellarmine needs to drop back in a shotgun, and actually I don't think they should shotgun him because that will make it too predictable. Quarterback should take the snap, drop back, and I think they'll go for a post pattern in the end zone.
Well, Bellarmine technically only needs 4 yards. They have to get down to the 4-yard line of South Kitsap to get a 1st down, where they would get another 4 chances to the end zone.
I think they're going for all the marbles.
And they do have 2 more timeouts remaining as they're going to try and catch the Wolves off guard here coming from the timeout. They're going to send 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field.
I guess they got to send, the Wolves got to send number 9 Leon Ledoux to cover the other receiver.
Schindele in the shotgun. He's been taking the snap and running with it. He's going to roll to his right. He's looking for the man out in the flat, and he's got it. It's going to be a 1st down. Bellarmine will have a 1st and goal at the South Kitsap 2-yard line. The pass reception made by Nicholas Truckee as he gets down to the 2. So nice call there by Bellarmine.
Bellarmine doing a nice job of opening up the offense a little bit on the right side, catching South Kitsap's secondary a little bit off guard there, and completing the 1st down pass, which will, as DB mentioned, give them a fresh set of downs here with 1:20 left. They've burned 1 timeout. They have 2 left. Looking to score here before halftime with 1:15 in the 1st half.
Bellarmine can't get cute here. That clock is ticking down. They have their timeout. Schindele's going to keep it. He is not going to get into the end zone. We can only imagine Bellarmine might be looking to call a timeout here as they scramble to their feet, trying to get back into the huddle. With under a minute now to go, it's going to be 2nd goal for Bellarmine at the South Kitsap 2-yard line still. No gain on the play.
South Kitsap's defense doing a very good job right here, only giving up 1 big play in the last few minutes of play. That shot out, that pass out to the right flat for a 1st down 2 plays ago. Now we'll see if they can stop the Bellarmine Lions, keep them from getting in the end zone. I bet you they're going to look for the end zone pass here.
Schindele might look to keep this ball and run. He's in the shotgun, and he almost took off, and he does. He's going to put his head down, and he gets over for a touchdown. 2-yard touchdown run for Schindele, and Bellarmine finally gets in to the end zone.
As the South Kitsap student section expresses their dismay and boos the Bellarmine Lions. A little bit unhospitable, but we're glad to see the fans out here tonight and supporting their Wolves as the Bellarmine Lions put 6 points on the board, and the Wolves, unfortunately for the Lions, they still have to kick off to the Wolves.
Lucas Schindele with the 2-yard touchdown run as Bellarmine gets on the board after trailing South Kitsap 21-0. A little high snap, and the kick is no good.
So
the
score
kick
will
is no
say
good.
21-6.
Robert Guernsey with the missed extra point, he pulled it to the left, and it is now 21-6 with 27 seconds left here in the game. And Bellarmine, I can't imagine that they're going to kick it deep, especially to Ryan Williams after his 76-yard touchdown
I would go
run.
for the onside kick. There's only 27 seconds left. You might get the ball back and might get another crack at the end zone, but you don't want to give it to Ryan Williams or Isaiah Davis, number 93 for the Wolves, back there. As they already know, the Wolves front guys are not going to fall on the ball. They're going to let the ball bounce back to the hands guys, the speed guys, and they'll look to score again if given the opportunity.
Bellarmine will most likely try and keep the ball out of the hands of South Kitsap's deep kickoff returners. Probably squib it down the middle, maybe even go for an onside kick, and hopefully they will not give South Kitsap any kind of a chance to score here before halftime. But with 27 seconds left here, South Kitsap does have 2 timeouts remaining. And with 2 timeouts remaining, they do have a chance to get the ball back and maybe score some points.
South Kitsap's marching band getting ready for the halftime show. Also, we see the traditional golf carts out on the track getting ready for halftime with the homecoming court. As Bellarmine prepares to kick off, number 3 for Bellarmine, the kicker.
That's Guernsey getting ready to kick off here. Williams and Davis back deep to receive, and they're just going to squib it here. TJ Rhodes is going to fair catch. Nice call. It's fumbled, though. There's going to be a scramble for it. Bellarmine says that they have it.
One thing I think that happened, Coach, is that I thought I heard a whistle as soon as he touched it because everybody expected him to catch it. I don't know what he was necessarily thinking as he was coming over on the move trying to field that ball.
TJ Rhodes was signaling for a fair catch, which you can do on the kickoff. I don't see any penalty flags. The officials are stopping play here.
Number 51, Brandon Lesser, checking out the action there and making sure everything's okay. Hopefully he and the rest of the Wolves can hold on to the ball. Don't want to give the Bellarmine Lions an opportunity here for another scoring chance as the referees discuss the presidential election and swap some recipes and talking about what's going on in the world. So hopefully they can decide what's going on here with 27 seconds left as the Wolves have a ball bounce off their chest and it's supposed to be a fair catch. I thought I heard a whistle on the field which stopped play, but we'll just see what the referees have to discuss here as I think they're just going to.
They look like they're going to re-kick the down here.
They can't decide, so they just got to re-kick it.
South Kitsap was signaling for a fair catch at the 30-yard line. They bobbled it.
Is that a do-over, Coach?
That's a do-over, I guess, in the eyes of the official. I didn't see anything here as they
I'll tell you what happened, Coach. I know what happened. The ref thought that he was going to catch the ball just like we did, and he blew the whistle. I know he blew the play dead because I heard the whistle. He could talk to him after the game. I know that's what happened.
So the Wolves cut a break here with the fumbled fair catch on the kickoff, and it looked like it was in the hands of Bellarmine, but the officials just couldn't decide on what the call was, so they're just going to re-kick it here as Guernsey is going to try it again. It's got to go 10 yards, and there's a penalty flag on the far side of the field. It didn't go 10 yards anyway.
Somebody on the Bellarmine side started moving too early, I believe.
And they're going to have to re-kick this one as well because all players have to be behind the ball when it is kicked, the line of scrimmage, and so they're going to send everybody back. So we're going to see our third kickoff here with 27 seconds left here in the game.
DB, you're a social studies teacher. Does this remind you a little bit of the 2000 presidential election where we had to redo and a recount in the state of Florida for the presidential election?
Well,
it looks like a redo fest here.
We'll just see. We'll get ready for a Florida kick here as South Kitsap is hopefully going to retain possession. Bellarmine, as they say, third time's the charm, and we'll see how they do this. We don't know if they're going to go for the onside kick or just kick a short one and hope that they get the ball back, as South Kitsap does still have Davis and Williams back near their 20-yard line. Guernsey is going to kick the ball once again, and this time
they're just going to kick it.
There.
They're just going to kick it.
Davis is going to come up. He's got the ball at his own 24. He's got a little bit of room, spins around. He is finally taken down just past the 35. They're going to mark it down at the 36. The Wolves will have 22 seconds left and 2 timeouts remaining to try and get the ball down the field. And you never know what's going to happen.
And some nice sportsmanship there from on the Bellarmine side at number 57, Andrew Fuller picking up Isaiah Davis there after tackling him. That's sometimes maybe a lost art in high school, college sports is guys helping each other up from the other team. Not something you see very often.
Ryan Williams is in at tailback. Gordy Anderson back in at quarterback. They're going to hand the ball off to Williams. He's got a big hole on the left side, but he's not going to get very much. He gets down for a loss of 1 on the play, and South Kitsap is not going to try and do anything here. I think that they're going to just go into halftime with a very comfortable 21-6 lead here.
But not too comfortable.
But not too comfortable at the homecoming game as time does expire. As both teams will go into the locker room. South Kitsap leads Bellarmine 21-6 here at Joe Knowles Field at the campus of South Kitsap High School. And now we are going to turn the halftime show over to Jessica Anderson and Tammy Lester-Dame, who will be announcing the homecoming court here for our halftime show. And D-Rod and I will see you guys here in just a little while.
We'll see you in the second half, and here they are.
to the South Kitsap High School Homecoming Festivities 2008. I'm Tammy Lester-Dame, and joining me this halftime is Jessica Anderson.
It's been an exciting week at South. There have been spirit days, such thing as Patriotic Day, Neon Day. Wednesday evening, the homecoming court was presented and a king and queen were crowned. Then earlier today, a wild homecoming pep assembly took place, and of course, we've had an exciting first half of football action. Now it's halftime, and we're about to be entertained by the outstanding South Kitsap High School band under the direction of Mr. Gary Grams. Let's listen in.
Tonight's halftime show is presented for your enjoyment by the South Kitsap High School Marching Band under the direction of Gary Grams. Directing tonight's show are Senior Drum Major Chris Cooper and Junior Drum Major Paula Santos. Tonight, they will be performing 3 of 4 song selections from the rock band Styx, which include the hit song Mr. Roboto, featuring junior trumpeter Andrew Kroc, the medley AD 1928 Rock'em the Paradise, featuring senior trumpet Alex Tudor, Too Much Time on My Hands, featuring the drum section Bud Berry on bass guitar, and Jack Dirk on guitar, and followed by The Best Times. Drum majors would like to thank the band section leaders, parents of the South Kitsap School District for their dedication and hard work in supporting the band. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2008 homecoming halftime show, the South Kitsap High School Marching Band. Kitsap High School Marching Band under the direction of Gary Graham. Ladies and gentlemen, South Kitsap High School is proud to present the members of the 2008 Homecoming Court.
I think it's worthy to note how hard these kids have really been working over the summer. They've put in tons of hours, and now after school and here on the field tonight, they've shown how hard they've been working. They do an outstanding job, and thanks to Gary Grams. And now we turn our attention to the presentation of the 2008 Homecoming Court.
Her parents are Mario and Brad Ford Thuring.
In our first cart, we have Jalisha Thuring. Her parents are Marielle and Bradford Thuring.
Varsity basketball.
She's on the SKNJROTC team. Varsity basketball, the armed drill team, the unarmed drill team, the strength team, and the academic team, and color guard.
Participates in wrestling.
One fact that she wants to share with everybody, she enjoys going on vacation with family and friends around Washington. With her is Brady Mueller, whose parents are Daryl and Jill Mueller. He wrestles and he's in DECA. And one fact about him is that he races as a professional flat track motorcycle racer and recently finished second overall in the Pro Expert class.
Okay, next we have Marissa Freed and Brandon Lester. Marissa's parents are Dustin and Patricia Freed. Her activities are varsity football, cheer, and highlighters. Marissa is the senior class president. Brandon Lester, parents Tammy Lester Dame and Sandy Lester. Brandon plays football, swims, and this year would like to try track. He enjoys spending time with family, friends, and his girlfriend Jessica.
And our next cart is Kimberly Singh and Brady Zern. Kimberly's parents are Alan and Louisa Singh. She's in the SK band. She's played flute for them for 3 years. She's also a member of the Bremerton Symphony Youth Orchestra. She's done that for 3 years, and she's involved at SK in Key Club and Science Club. Brady Zern's parents are Debbie and Greg Zern. He plays football, he does wrestling, he's in ASB, and he's also in DECA.
Okay, next we have Lily Berlina and Corey Galligan. Lily's parents are Irina and Donnie Francis. Her activities include FCCLA, ASB, Honor Society, tennis, and cheer. Lily enjoys spending time with family and friends. She is escorted by Corey Galligan. His parents are John and Teresa Galligan. He plays football and runs track. Corey competed at state track finals with Dan Nadeau, John Phillips, and Leon Ladeau.
And our next card is Amanda Feeney and Marcus Horn. Amanda's parents are Chris and Rick Feeney. She's in advanced athletic medicine as a football trainer. She's also vice president. She's a varsity basketball player and Honor Society vice president. One fact she'd like to share is that she has a 4.0 GPA. Marcus Horn's parents are Larry and Debbie. He's in ASB and FBLA.
Okay, coming up here quickly, right behind them we have Corey Echternock and Sean Korf. Courtney's parents are Carrie and Rocky Huff and Brian Echternock. Activities include varsity volleyball captain, varsity fast pitch. Courtney works at Chug a Tug Espresso and plans to become a dental hygienist. Sean's parents, his mother is Priscilla Korf and father is Don Korf. Activities include a football team captain and senior class vice president. Sean thinks of a romantic dinner as a candlelit dinner in a lighthouse.
Right behind them are Nicole Padmos and Andrew Yaptinche. Nicole's parents are Elena and John Padmos. She has been on the SK Wolves soccer team since her freshman year, and she is also on the tennis team. Andrew's parents are Evelyn and Francis. His activities include football, and one fact he'd like to share is that he loves to sleep in on the weekends.
Okay, coming up next we have Princess Kaya Barrich and Prince Sean Allison. Kaya's parents are Greg and Candace Barrich. Her activities include fall cheer captain, pole vault and track, and is the ASB treasurer. She is a Sagittarius. She works for Bayside Photography and the Solid Rock Cafe. Prince Sean Allison. His parents are Michael Allison and mother is Leonara Allison. His activities include varsity football and track. A fact about Sean is he is a Capricorn and loves sunsets on the beach.
Next, we have Princess Courtney Mayo and Prince Josh DeLacy. Courtney's parents are Evan Mayo and Joe Mayo. She's involved in soccer. She's a natural helper and ASB secretary. She plans on attending WSU next year. She says, "Go Cougs." Josh's parents are Tim and Karen DeLacy. He is the drum section leader for band, and he has a 4.0 GPA.
Okay, and last but not least, we have Queen Tori Fairweather. Parents are Jim and Nancy Fairweather. Tori is involved with ASB as the vice president, varsity soccer, and varsity basketball. She can quote every line in Zoolander and Ace Ventura. And King Brad Fairweather, also parents, Jim and Nancy Fairweather. His activities include varsity football and varsity baseball. He likes to meet people and make friends.
Prince Josh DeLacy. His parents are Tim and Karen DeLacy. He's a drum section leader for the band.
Looks like we're coming to the end of our halftime show as we have a minute 30 seconds left.
Fairweather. Parents Jim and Nancy Fairweather. She is ASB vice president, participates in varsity soccer and basketball.
That concludes the halftime festivities this evening. We're of course thrilled that the weather cooperated, and now we have one more half of Wolf football, and the entire homecoming week wraps up tomorrow evening with the homecoming dance here at South. The theme is Royal Masquerade. So thanks for joining us, and Darren and Dave will be right back with the second half.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the homecoming football game here. We're just about ready to end halftime as the captains will come out and meet at the middle of the field once again. South Kitsap is leading Bellarmine 21-6 here at halftime with 2.5 minutes left here remaining in the halftime show. And that was Jessica Anderson and Tammy Lester-Dame doing the halftime show introductions of the homecoming court. Here as part of the big homecoming festivities here at South Kitsap High School. And D-Rod being back here in the booth. South Kitsap is, Bellarmine finally got on the board there, being down 21-0, and they were able to get some points on the board, which is desperately what Bellarmine needed to have.
Well, even though they did score, and that's, you know, Bellarmine, that's good for Bellarmine and good and great for Bellarmine. For South Kitsap, I don't think the coaches could have drawn it up any better to go into halftime being up 21-6. South Kitsap doing a great job on defense when they had to, only allowing one touchdown there at the very end and still not allowing the extra point on that touchdown. South Kitsap's offense being very ready and poised, the defense being very ready and poised, and the special teams obviously with that first play, kickoff return and touchdown from Ryan Williams, obviously they're there here to outside that little that little hash mark that was served up on Brady Zern there, which we're going to be talking about for a while. The special teams and everybody else looks pretty flawless here, and outside of the 6 points they give up to Bellarmine. South Kitsap, like I said, the coaches I don't think could have drawn it up any better for how they wanted to go into halftime, up 21-6.
South Kitsap also had the ball being up 21-0 and then had a key turnover. Bellarmine was able to capitalize on that and scored with about 27 seconds left in the first half of play. And they missed the extra point, which could be a key here, but we'll see how both teams respond. South Kitsap received the kickoff in the first half, so they will be kicking to Bellarmine to start the second half of play.
The captains meet out at midfield as they do before the start of each half, so at the beginning of the game and during halftime before the players come out on the field for the kickoff. That's a sportsmanship tradition that the WIAA has not necessarily enforced, but asked teams to do, and schools have no problem doing it. That's how they do it. The referees have them shake hands, and they go back to their sides and we play the second half. Bellarmine, you never know. It could be the tale of two halves. We'll see if they can come out here and they can make, if the coaches and players made any adjustments at halftime, and they can put some extra points up here on the board and keep South out of the end zone and see what happens. So far, though, like I said, South Kitsap really doing a good job on all three ends of the field, DB.
So South Kitsap will be kicking off to Bellarmine. Bellarmine is looking to take some of that momentum that they had going into halftime, scoring on a 2-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Lucas Schindele, and he is the 6'1" senior for Bellarmine, who's been doing a good job all night for the Lions. And Bellarmine will also get the kickoff here, so they're going to try and take some of that momentum and do something here on offense once again.
As South Kitsap readies their special teams to kick off to the Bellarmine Lions, going from our right to left. We'll see if the Bellarmine Lions can have a different result here and maybe try to send one of their own guys up for a touchdown here to start the second half, as the Wolves did in the first half.
Lucas Miller and Jordan Rett back to receive. It's going to be taken by the upback, and he slips and he fumbles the ball gets right through, hit hard, number 32, that's Unruh. He fielded the ball at about the 15-yard line. It almost looked like his knee was down on the ground, but he fumbled the ball, stayed on his feet, got back up, and made it all the way down near the 35. It'll be just short at the 34-yard line. So Bellarmine's going to have about a 20-yard return, and we'll have great field position to start the second half of play.
And we have a number 20 for the South Kitsap Wolves not listed in the program, is making the eventual tackle on the special teams there. So the Wolves starting on defense here with Bellarmine going from left to right at the 33-yard line, and we'll see if they can stop the Bellarmine Lions on defense here.
Schindele under center. They have two wide receivers split far, and they're going to fake the handoff. There's Unruh once again, hit hard by TJ Rhodes, driven backwards. TJ Rhodes says, "Not in my homecoming game. Are you going anywhere?"
No, he said no on that one and sent him back, and I believe that was Unruh with the unfortunate handoff there. Rhodes not giving him a very welcome homecoming embrace.
TJ Rhodes with the big stop there on the first running play here in the second half, as TJ Rhodes has been doing that all season long on defense, especially some big hits, as it will be 2nd and 10 for Bellarmine, still at their own 34-yard line. Schindele under center. They're going to few fakes, and he's going to drop back. He's got a man. He just throws it up. He's got an intended receiver. That's number 3. That was Guernsey, and Schindele just overthrew the intended receiver. Brady Zern and Sean Korf on the defense, on the coverage there for the Wolves.
And Brady Zern and Sean Korf have been doing a good, solid job out there all season long. Korf right there with his man the whole way. It looked like a foot race, and Schindele just overthrows him by about 2 steps. No chance there, and forces 3rd and 10 for the Bellarmine Lions. Down 21-6 here with a minute expired in the second half of play. Joe Mills Field in Port Orchard, Washington. Beautiful night here for football, and a homecoming style it is tonight for South Kitsap.
So Bellarmine with a 3rd and long, 3rd and 10 from their own 34. Schindele is going to drop back, look to his right, keeps the ball, runs straight up the middle. He's not going to get anything there.
We got a flag out on the field. Looks like possibly a false start on Bellarmine. We'll see what happens.
That's usually in the area thrown on that far side of the field as an illegal procedure call by the offense. We'll wait and see what it is, and if it is, I can only imagine that South Kitsap will refuse the penalty And it should be 4th down, and it'll be 4th and long, and just like that, Bellarmine is 3 and out.
Well, that's exactly what Bellarmine is trying to avoid. They're coming out here and going 3 and out, letting the punt team come out here, or forcing the punt team to come out. But as we saw in the first half, the punt team with a little trickery up their sleeve going forward on 4th down and getting it. We'll see, and they're going out with 4 wideouts. Again, we'll see what South Kitsap can do here.
Bellarmine spreading it out on their punt formation. Schindele is back to kick. He gets a hurried kick end over end straight down the middle. It takes a couple of bounces. It's fielded by Moore, and he's hit hard, just smashed. He pops right back up, got the ball at about his own 32. They're going to mark it down at the 31-yard line. Jared Moore playing with fire there a little bit. Did that also the first time and ended up smacking his own player. And this time, Jared Moore got smacked himself.
Well, Jared Moore thinking he might be able to sneak up the middle there for a possible return for positive yardage, and negative yardage there as the Bellarmine prep special teams tacklers were all over him and send him back.
So South Kitsap will come out for their first offensive series here in the second half of play, still leading 21-6 as Bellarmine is going to call a timeout here. So Bellarmine with an early timeout, and I'm not really sure why that timeout was called.
I'm not too sure either, Coach DB. Maybe they want to have a little powwow out there to resurrect the troops here, because they are down 21-6. There's no doubt that South Kitsap scoreboard and otherwise has a commanding grip over this game, and Bellarmine coaches trying to do whatever they can to keep this one from slipping away. Bellarmine at 2-3 overall, I believe, is that their season record.
Bellarmine's overall record is 2-3, but they're tied with South Kitsap in the Narrows League at 2-2. So a big game here tonight for both sides as they're trying to help secure any kind of a playoff hope that they may have here at the end of the season as the Wolves come out in the I formation. Gordy Anderson in at quarterback, Jared Moore and Leon Ladeau in at the wide receivers. And Anderson's going to fake the handoff. He's got a man down low, and he's throwing it up for Leon Ladeau, and he's got him, and he makes the catch.
What a catch!
And he does. He made the catch.
Oh, I thought he hauled that one in by his fingertips there, DB. That was a great extension from number 9, Ladeau, the junior, coming out of the backfield, and it's up the middle as a receiver. Big time play, and I thought he hauled it in. It looked like an improbable catch, and it proved to be improbable as he just could not seem to hold on to it. And the Wolves are here at 2nd and 10. Nice pass and almost a great catch.
It's a nice throw by Gordy Anderson to Leon Ladeau. We weren't sure if he caught the ball or not because the officials was signaling waving his hands over his head, which is usually the indication that he caught the ball instead of out in front. So the pass is incomplete. Gordy Anderson's going to hand the ball off to Ryan Williams. He gets a couple of blocks, cuts back to the right side, and he's going to get about 7 on the play. It's going to be 3rd short for the Wolves.
I just would like to know the stat on this, what the rushing average per play is tonight. Probably first quarter is about 5 yards. Second quarter about 7 or 8 yards, and probably about 6 or 7 yards for the Wolves per rushing play tonight so far. Just an impressive statistic.
Ryan Williams has had a couple of big plays here, especially the opening kickoff, ran it back 76 yards. As it's going to be 3rd short here for the Wolves. They had the ball off to Ryan Williams once again, and he is not getting anywhere. Great defense by the Lions. And just like Bellarmine on their first offensive series, the Wolves get nothing here, and it's going to be 4th down, and they're going to have to kick the ball away.
Well, it looked like the Lions had the Wolves scouted out there via satellite, and just they had 6 guys on the ball, and Ryan Williams going nowhere on that one. They lost quite a few yards, and the Wolves are going to be forced to punt here. They're not going to be showing 4 wide receivers, I guess. I bet, and I think they're going to just punt it away for Leon Ladeau, number 9, with the punting duties tonight as they have 1 man back for the Lions.
That's Rick Miller for Bellarmine, standing about his 35-yard line. Leon Ladeau doing the punting duties for the Wolves all season long. He's standing at his 25. He gets a nice kickoff. He's kicking it away from Miller. He fields it at the 25. He penalty flags flying all over the place. Miller is getting upfield, and we're not getting too excited about it because it is all coming back. There's about 3 yellow flags laying down near the 40-yard line. That's usually in the area of a hold or an illegal block in the back, and it's all coming back.
Yeah, the yellow flag means usually coming back in this case. Once again, as the Wolves saw in the first half, a touchdown was called back because of holding. which we didn't necessarily see, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. Came back for the Wolves in the first half, and this nice run from Bellarmine looks like it'll be called back as well.
So South Kitsap is going to be on defense here as Bellarmine is going to have the officials are meeting near the 40-yard line. It looked like it was a pretty easy deal down there.
They're talking about it again. We want to get the call right, and the officials here headed by Mr. Lingenfelter making sure they do get the calls right. And the laundry hasn't even been picked up off the deck here, as we've got yellow flags still out there, and it's kind of like a caution flag in racing.
And
check, just everybody slow down for a second.
And it looks like we're waiting for the white flag here for the officials to make up their decision here, as they are going to send the official over.
Whoa, that's on the Wolves, and it's on the Lions at the same time.
It is it is a double penalty, and so they're going to have this offsetting penalty here, and they're going to just re-kick the entire down here. So I didn't see anything on the South Kitsap side. They had an illegal block in the back, which was the original one that we had seen, but we're not sure what's going on here, as one of the officials is trying to explain what the call was, what the penalty was. It looked like it may have been a personal foul call against South Kitsap, but DJ Sigurdsson, the head coach for South Kitsap, was wondering how in the world that call could be made, and we certainly didn't see anything down here, as the Wolves are going to have the ball at their own 35-yard line, as Leon Ledoux will give it another shot here.
Well, we've had a few do-overs on the punts tonight, and it's kind of getting a little bit humorous up here for us up in the booth.
Ledoux standing at his 25. He gets the kick off. It's an end-over-end going straight down the middle. Almost touches the Bellarmine Lion, and it's fielded by Miller near his own 30. He doesn't quite get as much on this return. We don't see any flags on the play, so Bellarmine is going to be stopped in their tracks, and it's going to be just short of the 35. We'll call it the 34. So Bellarmine, after an offsetting penalties against both teams, will have the ball in business at their own 34.
Well, Bellarmine not getting the kickoff the return that they had hoped as happened the first time, and they'll see what they can do here. So far, it's been an exchange of 3 and outs here in the second half, and we'd like to see a little bit more exciting offense from the Bellarmine Lions here, see what they can do, rev up this South Kitsap Wolves defense, as the quarterback, Shingley, holds on to it. He's being chased by number 7 from the Wolves, and he's going up the right sideline, and he's going to be tackled eventually by number 61. That's Greg Pickard for the Wolves.
Schindele kept the ball on a quarterback rollout, was looking for a man downfield, had nobody open, and just tucked and ran, but nice job by Pickard getting over there, as it's going to be Schindele still got about 4 yards on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Bellarmine at their own 39-yard line. So Bellarmine still just kind of hanging in there, trying to get something done here. They scored that 1 touchdown before half, and they're still trying to get something completed here as they send Mickey Hendry to the split to the far side of the field. The lone setback is Truckee, and Schindele is now going to take another timeout. So a costly timeout. Bellarmine called a timeout with about 10.5 minutes remaining in this quarter, and now they're burning up a second timeout with 7:37 left and a couple of costly timeouts. Not very good time management right there.
Well, sometimes as a coach, and from a coaching perspective, you see some things and you're down, and you figure, as a coach, you think to yourself, well, we got to roll all the marbles out there right now, because if we don't come back here and score and do the things we got to do now, the game's going to be out of hand anyway. So, as a coach, I've done that in the past. I've used in basketball 5 timeouts and 4 or 5 timeouts in one quarter, because I know that if I don't call the timeouts, the game's going to be over anyway, and I don't want to let it get out of hand. This game is not out of hand. The Bellarmine coaches know that they can coach these guys to come back against the Wolves where they think they can, and well, it's chess. So we'll see what the Bellarmine Lions can muster up here.
So Bellarmine burns their second timeout. They only have 1 remaining for the entire game. South Kitsap has all 3 left, which could be a factor, as Schindele is now in the shotgun. Bellarmine's got 4 wide receivers. They send Truckee in motion to the left, and he's going to fake and throw the little pitch, and a pass is incomplete. It was the little shovel pass that they tried to throw there. That is also called a legal pass. It was incomplete, and it's going to be 3rd down for Bellarmine. So Bellarmine cuts a break right there.
Well, the Wolves at first thinking that could have been a fumble, but nothing doing, and the Lions chalk that up as an incomplete pass. Cutesy little shovel pass there. It didn't quite work out for him. Almost intercepted for the Wolves there. Coming out of a timeout, I don't know if that's what the Bellarmine coaches had planned.
So 3rd and 6. We're going to call it 3rd and 6 for Bellarmine at their own 39. Schindele under center. 4 wide receivers in once again. They're going to send Unruh in motion, fake the handoff. They do give the handoff to Truckee right up the middle, and he does get near the first down. He needed to get to the 46-yard line. He might just be short, and it is going to be short. 4th down for Bellarmine, and once again, Bellarmine 3 and out on their first 2 possessions here in the second half.
Well, you know, Bellarmine Lions unable to do much here in the second half, just like the first half. And if they want to go to a stalemate 3 and out fest here with the Wolves, I'm sure the Wolves wouldn't mind just running the clock out here. But they'd also, the coach, I'm sure, would like to see some better offensive execution from
Jared Moore feels, oh my goodness, is he taken down quickly as a penalty flag comes flying in, and I think that might be an illegal block in the back by South Kitsap. They were trying to throw a block there, and Moore was taken down pretty quick here.
Jared
What
Moore's
a hit by Bellarmine.
Jared Moore's taking some hits and giving some hits with the ball tonight. He's a tough guy, just snapping back up after he gets popped, and no harm done.
So there is a penalty flag at the 22-yard line of South Kitsap, and it is going to be against South Kitsap. They're going to send this one back a few more yards as well. So South Kitsap is going to start their second offensive series of plays here in the second half, deep in their own territory after the 15-yarder, and they're going to knock that all the way back to the South Kitsap 12.
Well, we'll let's see. Back and back and back. The South Kitsap Wolves are going to have their backs against their own end zone. This is, if you look at it, DB, if the Wolves don't execute here, either they turn the ball over or punt, this is that could be costly for them.
A lot of penalty flags as Dorsey is now in at quarterback. They're going to hand the ball off to Allison on the counter. He does not get anywhere. He may have gotten a yard. We're going to give him a yard on the play. It's a very forgiving yard, and it's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Wolves. And Bellarmine kind of stepping it up there a little bit on defense.
Well, it's been a 3 and out punt fest here so far in the second half, in the third quarter. And with that not so little illegal block in the back penalty on that last punt, that gives Bellarmine the advantage right now. We put another score up on the scoreboard for Bellarmine, and it's a close game.
Sean Allison is the tailback. Dorsey under center. They're going to fake the handoff. Dorsey's going to roll to his left, flushed out from behind. He's got Brad Fairweather open. Nice catch by Fairweather. Gets all the way down near the 30-yard line. Nice pass by Dorsey. Brad Fairweather, the senior tight end, caught the ball near the 25 and gained another 5 yards on the pass reception. It'll be 1st down for South Kitsap.
And Brad Fairweather, the senior homecoming king as well. Congratulations, Brad.
South Kitsap in business here, starting back at their own 12-yard line. Have to go 88 yards for the touchdown. Dorsey is still in. They have 2 wide receivers in there, Moore and Ladeau. Dorsey is going to hand the ball off to Allison. He's got a big hole up the middle. Not until he's hit hard there by number 32. That's Unruh playing both sides of the ball, but not until Allison gets to the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5, and we see a little momentum swing here by the Wolves.
Well, just as soon as Bellarmine gives the Wolves, gives themselves some momentum against the Wolves, maybe turn this game around a little bit. The Wolves take it right back, and now they're marching pretty solidly here. That was a nice little spin move and pass 2 plays ago from Dorsey to Brad Fairweather out in the left flat. That was a nice play.
Coming up on 5 minutes remaining here in the second half of play. Wolves still lead 21-6. They hand the ball off to the new tailback for the Wolves. That is Zach Cruz, the junior, who has come in a few other games in this season. Has done a great job, and Cruz is hit pretty hard. He gains about 2 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and short for South Kitsap.
I believe that was number 26 for the Bellarmine Lions on the tackle.
That's Truckee, who is also one of their big fullbacks, and that was a pretty big hit there on Cruz.
Bellarmine not going anywhere on defense here. They're making a fight of it. We'll see if they, the football, just like any other sport, is about big plays, and if they can force a turnover here, this could, change the tide of the game. We'll see what they can do.
TJ Rhodes in at fullback now for the Wolves, and there's a little fumble on the snap, and they're going to still pitch the ball off to Cruz, and Cruz does not get anywhere. The Lions were right all over that, and the Wolves Looked like there was a little fumble snap there by Dorsey. Had a difficult time pitching the ball back to Cruz. And by the time Cruz got the ball on the pitch, Bellarmine had half of their defense right there waiting for him. So the Wolves do not get the first down. The ball's at their own 33-yard line, and they're going to have to kick the ball away. So not a whole lot of offense here by both teams in the second half of play.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Bellarmine can take advantage of this failure to execute offensively by the South Kitsap here in the second half, they should be able to put some points up on the board and make this a closer game. South Kitsap really given Bellarmine a couple of opportunities here, and I'm not sure if that's something the coaches really want. They'd rather have their boys on point and execute rather than having this stalemate.
Leon Ladeau with the kick. It's fielded by Miller at the 32-yard line, goes right down at the 32-yard line, and right when he went down and the knee came down, the South Kitsap defender was right there, and a penalty flag comes flying out, and I'm not sure what that is, but I think it's going to be a face mask penalty.
Yeah, it looks like they're scooting. The Wolves are getting ready to scoot themselves back here, and some penalties here. Penalty here, penalty there. I'm wondering how many penalties the Wolves have tonight against them. Probably the most we've seen all season so far.
Some costly penalties by South Kitsap, the most we've seen so far in one game. They may have equaled the number that they have total just in tonight's game. So Bellarmine was going to have the ball around their 32-yard line, but instead it's going to be marked down at about the 47, or call that the 48-yard line. So Bellarmine is going to have great field position here near midfield with 3:32 remaining, still trailing South Kitsap 21-6.
You got to love Sean Allison, number 23, the tailback, also playing on defense, missing half the rear end of his jersey there.
Shindley is in the shotgun this time, 3 wide receivers. He looks to his left. He's being thrown him in, and he's got a man open, and he's going to overthrow the outstretched arms of the diving wide receiver. That looked like Guernsey, and Guernsey looked like he dove just a little bit too early as well, and it was a nicely thrown ball, but just a little too far forward. Incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Bellarmine.
That was a pretty nice pass from Shindley, and a nice diving extension there from number 3, Guernsey for the Bellarmine Lions. A nice effort there to try to stretch out and reach out and catch that ball. Just out of his reach, just a little bit, kind of like the pass to Ladeau from Dorsey a few 3 and outs ago.
Shindley in the shotgun formation once again, 2nd and long, the incomplete pass. They're going to hand the ball up to Truckee, and Truckee is stopped quickly there by the South Kitsap defense. Another penalty flag comes flying in.
And I'll tell you what, as Jared Moore, as the play is being blown dead, he illegal block in the back, knocks the guy down for Bellarmine. It's just unnecessary aggressiveness. Didn't need to do it. And it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, unnecessary roughness against Jared Moore.
And it's a personal foul. The penalty flag was down there at the 50-yard line.
I tell you what, the Wolves cannot afford these types of mistakes, and it's going to drive the coaching staff absolutely nuts.
Costly penalties here are piling up against the Wolves, and still leading 21-6, but Bellarmine is on the move as they had Bellarmine down just inside their 50-yard line, call it the 49, but a personal foul penalty coming in here by the Wolves, and Bellarmine is going to have the ball at the South Kitsap 36-yard line and moving with a lot of momentum.
And the offense is sprinting to get up to the line 15 yards ahead of where they originally started, and they might have to take a break. They might have to call another timeout.
Shindley here under center, or in the shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers trips. They send a man in motion. Shindley takes the snap. He's just going to run with it. He's running to the left. He's got a lot of room, get to the outside. He's tried to be dragged from behind, and he's going to have the first down. His right arm carrying the ball was taken back just a little bit, but he was able to inch forward, gets down to the South Kitsap 25-yard line, and the last time Bellarmine had the ball deep in this territory, they got to the end zone.
I'm going to keep preaching this, Coach. The South Kitsap Wolves keep giving the Bellarmine Lions chances. They keep playing complacent football, and the Bellarmine Lions are going to come back and make this a game.
A couple of big stops on defense by the Wolves, but then a personal foul penalty comes in. Bellarmine taking advantage of this momentum swing here, and they will have a 1st and 10 at the South Kitsap 25-yard line with 2:49 remaining here in the 3rd quarter of play. A man goes in motion, and Shindley is going to keep the ball and run to his left, just tucks it under his arm. But there is a penalty flag on the far side of the field.
We might see a hold against the Bellarmine Lions, which would be a shocker.
And we'll see what this is, and that's usually in the area of an illegal procedure call as well for for both teams. We'll have to see, and it's an illegal procedure call against Bellarmine, so instead of a gain of about 4 on the play, they're going to scoot it back. It'll be 1st and 15 from the South Kitsap 30-yard line.
Well, that's a big momentum stopper there for the Wolves, as they were looking for anything to keep these Lions from marching down the field, as the Lions seemed like they had everything going for them. Penalties, first downs. That was a nice first down run from the quarterback Schindele there, just following everybody and their mama in the kitchen sink up the left side for a first stumbling first down from the quarterback, and nice blocking from the Lions. And looks like they've got the Wolves on their heels here a little bit until that silly little penalty. It's 1st and 15 at the 30-yard line for the Lions.
Just under 2.5 remaining here in the third quarter of play. Schindele sends a man in motion to the far side. 4 wide receivers. He's going to keep it again and just run. The Wolves were looking pass, and Schindele keeps it. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 5 on the play, back to the 25-yard line where they will stop. There's going to be a stoppage of play. And Bellarmine is going to have a 2nd and long here, as there's a timeout on the field, and this time it's going to be a timeout called by South Kitsap. So South Kitsap burns their first timeout. Bellarmine is down to 1. They called 2 early timeouts here in the third quarter, and South Kitsap still has 2 left.
And normally you don't see this, but all the coaches out there during the timeout, there's some heated words happening there in the huddle right now, as some of the players are riled up, fired up. See number 4 there, TJ Rhodes, talking with the coaches, and you don't normally see every single coach out there during a timeout. They have a message they want to send to these defenders. Keep the Bellarmine Lions out of the end zone.
They want to reinforce to do the smart and intelligent thing here on defense, and just beat them with your hard play, as they've been trying to do here all night, as the Wolves kind of mix it up a little bit back there in the secondary, as Schindele is now in the shotgun formation. They have 3 wide receivers split to the near side of the field.
That near guy is uncovered.
They're going to hand the ball off, and Brad Fairweather got his arm in there, driven backwards. Nice job on defense there by the Wolves. Fairweather slowed him down, and then a whole pack of Wolves got there and would not let him get past that original line of scrimmage. And it's going to be 3rd and 10 for Bellarmine at the South Kitsap 25.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there for the Wolves, and I guess that little timeout exchange and conversation that inspired and lit a fire for that Wolves defense as they came out. Brad Fairweather and the rest of the guys just stopped the ball. 3rd and 10 at the 25 for the Lions. Looking for some yards here. Looking for a first down.
Schindele in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers, rolls to his right. He's looking for a man in the flat, and the pass is deflected. Nice defense there. That's number 27 for the Wolves.
No,
that's Jens Johnson.
37.
37, excuse me. Thank you. That's Chris Nenninger. Nenninger did a great job of staying with the play. Schindele rolled to his right. Nenninger was right there, put his hands up, and deflected the pass down. It's incomplete. And looks like that Bellarmine is going to go for it here on 4th down, which would make a logical sense, being down 21-6.
Well, I'll tell you what, as far as cookies go, Chris Nenninger is a tough one. And that kid, he never gives up, and he comes back from an unfortunate knee injury, and now he's playing again this season, and he's just really playing tough football, and it's good to see him out there making plays.
So Bellarmine comes out here. They had a late substitution come in. We don't know if there will be a penalty flag, and I think that they're going to do that. Bellarmine, you've got to have the number of players that you're going to have come in that break a huddle, even if it is whether it's for a hurry-up offense or not, but they've got to have everybody on there. You cannot have a late substitution, and that caused them.
Do they have to huddle up, or can they go no huddle?
They do not have to huddle up, but you cannot just run players out onto the field. The players that have to be on there must stay out on that field. Otherwise, players try and run a little trickery there and get guys in there and try and deceive their opponent. So, but it is a delay of game penalty. Scoot the ball back to the 30-yard line. It's going to be 4th and long for Bellarmine. They send an Unruh in motion. They're going to fake. They bump the ball, and they reverse it to the other side. And there he is. He's trying to get out of the grasp. He gets down to the 30, but he's not going to have the first down. There was a lot of trickery right there. The Schindele had the ball, looked like he handed it off. We almost thought that they hit it.
I didn't know what was going on.
And Schindele kept it, rolled to his right, and the Wolves are going to take over on downs here at their own 28.
As the quarterback there, or as a man with the ball there, you kind of got to send the ball downfield there maybe to try to get a catch the defense unawares. I don't know if you keep the ball there, but that's okay. The Wolves take over on downs, and once again, we'll see if they can get this offense going. The defense stepped it up there at the last series, and we'll see if the offense can do the same thing.
Zach Cruz back in at tailback for the Wolves, as Gordy Anderson's also in at quarterback. They're going to hand the ball up to Cruz. He gets off left tackle, stiff arms the defender, and goes out of bounds at about the 32.
Could have been a late hit, or could have been an out-of-bounds hit there, but no harm, no foul.
It looked like the defender was trying to slow up going out of bounds there, and a gain of about, we're going to call it a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Wolves at their own 31.
Well, the Wolves and the Lions offense alike so far this quarter have been a little down and out and 3 and out, and it'd be nice to see the Wolves pick up a first down here, DB.
This time Ronnie Smith splits to the far side with Leon Ladeau. Smith in the slot, I formation. Anderson's looking for Smith and Ladeau. Ladeau makes the catch. Looked like it was a lateral pass. Ladeau ended up catching the ball at the 25. Bellarmine was right there on the coverage, and in fact, there's going to be a loss of about 1 on the play.
There needs to be a block out there, and that block just didn't happen, and Bellarmine sniffed it out, covered up Ladeau for the loss.
And it's going to be 3rd and long for South Kitsap, and I don't think South Kitsap is going to try and run a play here, as time is winding down here in the 3rd quarter of play. Bellarmine trailing South Kitsap 21-6, as they will change ends here at Joel Knowles Stadium, Joel Knowles Field here at the complex of South Kitsap High School. And South Kitsap is really going to try and shut the door here on this victory, potential victory here tonight, and get into that win column.
Well, I'll tell you what, a score from either side changes the game. A score for Bellarmine puts them right back in it. A score from South Kitsap puts them away. And it'd be interesting to see what happens here in the 4th quarter if either team will choose to do that. So far, both offenses in the 3rd quarter, DB, not very impressive.
Both sides, not sure if you're attributing to a non-impressive offensive showing by both sides, or if the defense just stepping it up here, as we see the South Kitsap High School cheerleaders and the student section really enjoying themselves here at tonight's homecoming game at South Kitsap High School. South Kitsap leading Bellarmine 21-6. And D-Rod, I can only imagine here that there could be some big plays that will need to happen from either side to get this game put away, or to get Bellarmine back in it.
Well, offensively, and you might be right. The defense might have stepped up on both sides. South Kitsap's defense was pretty tough there, and same as Bellarmine's. And we'll see if Bellarmine's got any more plays left in their playbook to throw at the Wolves here. You know, they obviously like to throw some interesting stuff at them, and we'll see what the Wolves do here on offense.
Gordy Anderson drops back. They're setting up the screenplay, and it's caught by Sean Allison, and it just got over on the other side of the Bellarmine defender. It looked like it was almost going to be incomplete. Allison made the reception, and it is going to be a 2nd down play here. Nice job by Gordy Anderson throwing it into Sean Allison.
Nice play. It was nicely run play. Allison caught it on the run, and he's going in for the nice little dump pass.
A very nice job there by Allison, but actually that was on the 3rd down. It's going to be 4th and about 4 yards to go.
A lot of paint there in the student section there tonight.
Leon Ladeau coming in to do the kicking duties. Again, Rick Miller back to receive the punt, standing at his own 35-yard line. Ladeau doing a nice job with the punting game here tonight.
Yes, I agree. Ladeau coming in, not necessarily a punter coming in as a first-time player last year as a sophomore for the South Kitsap, and this year he's assumed the punting duties, and he's done a fine job so far this year.
And South Kitsap was trying to let some time run off the clock here with 11:02 remaining now in the game as we just started the 4th quarter of play. South Kitsap still leading Bellarmine 21-6, and South Kitsap burns their 2nd timeout, so now both Bellarmine and South Kitsap down to 1 timeout.
Well, I hope this game doesn't get close, because neither team is going to have any timeouts left. And Bellarmine using 2, South Kitsap using their 2nd. Not too sure really why there, but we're up here in the booth. What do we know? The Wolves looking to punt the ball here, and coming out of the timeout, hopefully it'll be properly executed. We'll see.
South Kitsap looking to kick the ball away here. They just called their 2nd timeout as Miller comes back into the game, standing at his own 35-yard line. always a dangerous returner here. And South Kitsap going to look to try and drive Bellarmine back deep in their own territory. Ledoux is standing near his own 25-yard line. Bellarmine kind of mixing it up there. Good snap. Ledoux with the kick, and
nice
it's going to be a high kick here.
He booted
Bellarmine
down.
trying to get away. Takes a favorable bounce for South Kitsap, and it's going to go all the way down inside the 30, and they will mark it down at the 29-yard line. So a nice kick there by Leon Ledoux. And Bellarmine, D-Rod, is going to have to try and get something done here on offense, still trailing 21-6.
Well, Leon Ledoux not helping him out there with a nice favorable bounce from the ball there as well. Leon doing a nice job of kicking. That was a very high kick and a nice punt. No chance for return as gives the defenders on the special teams time to get down and defend that ball. Bellarmine's going to get the ball back here. Be interested to see if they can do anything with it.
Bellarmine looking to do something on offense, still trailing 21-6. They're going to have to start moving that ball down the field as Schindele is they have a new quarterback in there, and Schindele was the man in motion. Number 6 was Rick Miller, the man who received the punt quite a bit, and he just keeps the ball. Looked like he was going to try and hand it off to somebody as he was under center. They sent Schindele in motion, and instead Miller gets 9 yards on the carry, and it's going to be 2nd and 1. So mixing it up there a little bit now, Bellarmine is.
Yeah, they've thrown a couple different things to South Kitsap, trying to catch them unawares, catch them off guard. Worked on that play. We'll see what they can do here. So far, Bellarmine first play looking pretty good.
Rick Miller still in at quarterback under center for the Lions. They're going to send a man in motion. That's Unruh. Miller's just going to keep the ball. He's hit hard. He needs to get past the 40, but he does. And Bellarmine is going to have a first down right here. So they come in and they take Schindele out at quarterback and put Rick Miller in, and he goes out there and gets a first down.
Maybe Rick Miller, a little bit different dimension quarterback, 5'9", 143 junior. Rick Miller, and Schindele is a 6'1" senior. Maybe Bellarmine's coach is looking for something a little bit different to mix it up, as you've been saying, as you've said, to mix it up here a little bit against the Wolves, and try to get some points on the board.
Miller in at quarterback still under center here. Bellarmine trying to do something. They're going to send the man in motion. Had the ball straight off, and he is hit hard by Sean Allison. Sean Allison sends him backwards.
Wow, nice hit, nice defense from South Kitsap. Nothing doing there for the Lions. Really, door slam shut there, DB.
Sean Allison on defense, also doing it on offense, so playing both sides of the ball here, and gets a key stop as Bellarmine, after the first down, tries to run it right down South Kitsap's throat, and South Kitsap just coughs it right up as Bellarmine may have gained a yard on the play, where technically they're going to still keep it at 2nd and 10 here. Miller still under center. They're going to send the quarterback in motion, and he's going to look to pass, maybe the little halfback option. That was Schindele. Schindele also doing a good job running the ball as well, and he runs out of bounds, but he does not get very much on the play, so it's going to be 3rd and long for Bellarmine, and this could be a key 3rd down here for the Lions.
If the Lions want to be competitive in this game, as the clock is stopped at 8:51, if they want to be considered a part of this game tonight, they need to really convert this 3rd down into a 1st down. I believe it's 4-down territory for the Lions. They can't afford to punt again. The Wolves will just keep the ball on the ground, even if it's a 3 and out. They get the ball maybe with 4 or 5 minutes left, and by then it's going to be too late. Lions got to keep the ball moving here.
3rd and 7 for Bellarmine, just inside their own 40-yard line. And Schindele is looking for a man, and he's got a ton of room, and he starts taking off at the 40. He's getting down near the 30, getting close to the 20. A little bit of an overplay, good coverage by the Wolves, but nobody right there in the middle of the field in a 3rd and long, and that's the big play that we were talking about, D-Rod.
Well, if you're a Lion, that's the play that you want to draw up and script and just put cat and snap ball, take snap, run upfield, about a 35-yard run for the quarterback. Is that the new quarterback, Rick Miller, I believe, for the Lions?
That was Schindele. That was Schindele back in there. But and Schindele is going to be back in there as well, doing a good job running the ball as well.
That was a nice run. That's as you said, DB, that's the play that Bellarmine needed.
Good coverage by the Wolves, but Schindele had all kinds of room to run, and he got a huge gain on the play and gets the first down. They're going to fake the handoff and run the pitch. That's to Unruh. Unruh tries to escape the tacklers. He comes inside near the 20, and a penalty flag comes flying down, and it was out there between the Bellarmine wide receiver and Leon Ledoux, and we'll have to see what the call is.
Looks like number 13 possibly for the Lions. Mickey Hendry might have gotten the little illegal hands to the face.
That's going to be a holding on the receiver. That's right. We looked down there, and Mickey Hendry, Ledoux was on the coverage, and Hendry reached out and was holding Ledoux, and so instead of a nice gain on the play, they're going to come back. So more costly penalties for both sides in this one against Bellarmine.
Bellarmine scores a touchdown here. Now the South Kitsap Wolves are sweating because they haven't really been doing much on offense, and all of a sudden Bellarmine says, hey, we can score. Can you? So far, the Wolves haven't been able to in the second half.
8:32 remaining. Bellarmine has the ball at the South Kitsap 29-yard line. They send a man in motion. Schindele is going to keep the ball, run to his right. He's looking for an opening, but not going anywhere. Nice defense there. Number 33, Robert Issa. Excellent defense there.
And TJ Rhodes helping with the escort down to the ground there. Doing a nice job of team tackling there for the Wolves, not letting them get much up the right side.
Number 5, Corey Galligan, also in on the defensive stop there, and it's going to be second and long for Bellarmine. And like we said earlier, D-Rod, a couple of those timeouts that they burned early could be costly for Bellarmine.
Yeah, they can't use those timeouts now. The clock is going to continue to run on any play that's not a pass, or an incomplete pass or a play out of bounds.
Bellarmine still has one timeout. Schindele is in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers to the near side. Schindele rolls to his left, looking for a man in the flat, doesn't have anything, cuts back, tries to run, stays on his feet. He's going to get out to the outside, and a penalty flag is coming back. Schindele is going to have all kinds of room as he gets down near the first down marker, and now a penalty flag comes flying out, and now it looks like that's going to be a personal foul against Jared Moore, which there were penalty flags way back in the back.
Well, I'll tell you,
which looked like it was going to be a hold.
It's either a hold or an illegal block in the back, and I didn't really see either one of those. And then there's going to be is that going to be against Jared Moore? It looked like a little late hit there, or a big late hit, so it's probably going to be 10-yard holding penalty against Bellarmine, 15-yard personal penalty against the South Kitsap. Probably give Bellarmine 5 yards on the play.
Had all kinds of room back to the right side once again, was looked like he was going to have the first down, and right when he was going out of bounds, he was hit by Jared Moore from the Wolves, and the referees just thought that it was a little too late out of bounds, so a couple of more flags came flying in. So we'll see if it's just going to be offsetting penalties. We'll have to wait and see what the official signal here. They're going to have an illegal block in the back against Bellarmine. And then there was a dead ball personal foul against South Kitsap, so they will enforce both penalties.
If they can't really cancel out, it's more of the difference between the two is 5 yards for Bellarmine, so it should be 2nd and 12 for Bellarmine, is my guess.
So penalty flags still littering the field here for both sides. With 7:31 remaining here in the game, Bellarmine looking to get into the end zone once again, trailing South Kitsap 21-6. And once we get all these penalties straightened out, a lot of yellow laundry still out on that field. They're going to scoot Bellarmine back for the illegal block in the back, and I think they're going to enforce the personal foul, dead ball personal foul against the Wolves.
And now they're going to march it the other way, I think.
Then they're going to march it the other way. So after all of this, Bellarmine is going to have the ball at the South Kitsap 30-yard line.
These guys are doing more marching around out there than the SK marching band did tonight during halftime. They've got a little formation. Are they going to perform some songs for us, maybe? By the way, the SK marching band did a fine job tonight. They sound great this year. Some fine trumpet playing from Andrew Kroc, a Sedgwick Junior High, a former student, now a junior here, doing a nice job of playing and soloing with the band tonight, and Gary Graham's doing a great job with the band. They sound great.
Gary Graham's doing an excellent job. He is the band director here at South Kitsap High School. South Kitsap High School band also recently coming off a performance at Husky Stadium a few weeks ago. So doing an excellent job down there, and we really appreciate all the hard work and the great reputation that they have developed into being an excellent band program here at the high school.
They developed a reputation, and the community members, us included here in South Kitsap, are very proud of the band. And they have really stepped it up here in the last few years. They
And one of the
good.
nice things that we saw is that when the band was performing, that they did not get any penalties thrown against them. So Bellarmine comes out here second long as Schindele's looking for a man, throwing back across the field. He's got the wide receiver, the nice catch there. That's number 23, Jordan Rhett, the junior for Bellarmine. He was, all the momentum was going left, and Rhett was drifting back to the right side, made the reception, gets out of bounds near the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 3rd and long for Bellarmine.
And Jared Moore put a paw on the ball there, knocked it, created a fumble. The ball, luckily for Bellarmine, bounced out of bounds. So they retain possession. It's going to be at the 25, 26-yard line. 3rd and 11, another important 3rd down for the Lions. We'll see if they can keep the momentum going here, which they've done a good job this quarter of doing.
The last time they did this, they got a 1st down. So Schindele, he drops straight back in the pocket. He's got a man, and that's going to be pass interference against the Wolves. Jared Moore just a little too quick there. Nice, good, aggressive defense, but got there just a little bit too early, and that's going to be an automatic 1st down for Bellarmine. So another big play for Bellarmine on a key 3rd down, and they're going to have 1st down deep inside the Wolves' territory.
I'll tell you what, with the inability of the Wolves to move the ball this half, combined with the fact that the possibility that Bellarmine might score here, put up a touchdown. I don't know if they'll go for 1 or 2 to make it either 21-13 or 21-14, or possibly 21-12. If they don't convert on either one, then they have to score twice. But if they convert a touchdown and convert a 1 or 2 pointer, this makes it a real ball game.
Well, you sure like the hustle on both sides there, especially Jared Moore being very aggressive on defense, but just got a little bit too early in there on that coverage, and it's going to be 1st down for the Lions at the 14-yard line. They could still get a 1st down. They're going to hand the ball off to the tailback, and he is dragged down by an arm there by the Wolves defender.
And no flags on the play.
No flags on the play, so it's going to be 2nd down for Bellarmine. We're going to call it a gain of about 3 on the play. It's going to be 2nd 7. Bellarmine can still get a 1st down by getting to the South Kitsap 4-yard line.
Well, Bellarmine would rather avoid messing around and trying to pick up 1st downs inside the 5-yard line when they could just score, keep the ball back off the South Kitsap and get the ball back if they can force another 3 and out from South.
Schindele under center. Truckee is the lone setback. They're going to send a man in motion, hand the ball off. Oh, and he's stuck right there at the line of scrimmage. And that looked like it was Robert Issa was right there taking the man in motion out of play. That was Rhett moving motion to the near side, which they've been doing all night. They get that quick handoff to him, but he was delayed by Issa, and then the Wolves were right there. No gain on the play. In fact, he's going to lose a couple. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for Bellarmine.
With the timeout situation, with both teams only having 1 timeout left, it seems to me that Bellarmine should be going to the air here to keep the ball. Short passes maybe up in the flats, going out of bounds, stopping the clock. Right now it's ticking, 6 minutes left in the game.
Schindele in the shotgun, send a man in motion near side. Schindele's going to fake the handoff, roll out to his right, flushed out of the pocket. He throws it up in the intended receiver, and the pass is caught. We were waiting for a signal, and he is out of bounds at the 1.5-yard line. The pass was caught. Nice catch there. That was number 33, Ben King.
I thought it was out of his grasp. I thought it was going to bounce on the turf.
Made a diving catch. We thought he might have got into the end zone, and we didn't even see a signal. Normally the referees get going with the hands over the head. We did not see anything, but they are going to have a 1st and goal at the South Kitsap 1-yard line.
What a play. What a catch. And a nice throw under duress from Schindele, the quarterback.
So Schindele in the shotgun, 1st and goal at the Wolves 1. He's going to keep it, and he is going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown, Bellarmine.
That is the last thing the South Kitsap Wolves wanted to see, was a score from Bellarmine to make it a game here with 5 minutes and 28 seconds. It took almost the entirety of the second half, but it finally happened. And it is yet to be seen if the Wolves can keep the ball out of Bellarmine's hands. And we'll see if Bellarmine goes for the 1-pointer here or the 2-pointer. I bet they'll probably go for the 1. And they'll wait and see if they score another touchdown to go for 2.
It's hard to say. They will probably go for the 1-pointer because that would pull them with an 8. If they go for the 2 and don't get it, they will still need 2 scores. So The logical thing to do, the smart thing to do would be to go for one, but it looks like Bellarmine is going to go for the two-point conversion.
Maybe they're going to go try to score 2 touchdowns and score 2 two-point conversions and win the game by 1 is what their strategy is. That can't fault them for that.
Bellarmine looks like they're a little confused out there. They would sure hate to burn a timeout just for a two-point conversion. They're going to do that, and now a penalty flag comes flying in, and they're just taking too much time.
Delay a game. Maybe, you know, the coaches might have called a play that maybe the Bellarmine players weren't too familiar with and took too much time getting the play off, and they're going to march him back 5 yards, it looks like, on the extra point. Boy, that hurts. It goes from the 3-yard line to the 8-yard line.
I think they're calling another illegal substitution play on that call.
Just get the play in and go. It doesn't make much sense to me. I think now you got to go for the extra point.
And so we're not really sure about this because looks like Bellarmine is going to go for the two-pointer. They might be sending out the crew now to go for just the single extra point.
Now that seems even more logical to go for the extra point, but who knows? They're going for 2 there, so we'll see what Bellarmine does here.
So South Kitsap still leads Bellarmine 21-12 with 5:28 left here in the game.
Got another late substitution coming in here onto the field. Bellarmine looking a little Keystone Cops out here right now, and boy, they might have another penalty.
And just looking, I don't see any flags down on the field, but just wondering what the officials are doing as well with the time management here, because they got to get this clock going here, and if there's substitution problems, that's the responsibility of both teams, not the officials. So Bellarmine is now going to go for an extra long field goal, or excuse me, extra point attempt. It's a low snap. The kick is up, and it is good.
Ooh.
So a long extra point attempt, and the score is now 21-13. Bellarmine with the 1-yard touchdown run by Lucas Schindele, his second of the night. They missed their first extra point, which is a key in this game because all they would need is a touchdown and extra point, but now Bellarmine needs a touchdown and must go for the two-pointer.
Well, everybody here that's a South Kitsap Wolves fan or former player or former student or alumni, everybody just kind of clenched up a little bit after Bellarmine punched that extra point through and made it an 8-point game, which Bellarmine can come back and tie with a touchdown and 2-point conversion. With 5:28 left, South Kitsap is going to, we think, get the ball back on the kickoff. Bellarmine might go for the onside kick. It's kind of we're right in the middle here, kind of between enough time and not enough time. South Kitsap really hasn't done much offensively. Bellarmine's defense, as you mentioned, DB's kind of stepped it up this half. And if South Kitsap does get the ball back, it will be interesting to see if they can do more than put more up there than a 3-and-out to give the ball back to Bellarmine with 1, maybe 2 minutes left in the game.
We'll see what Bellarmine does. They only have 1 timeout remaining, and the question is, will they kick it deep? They may not want to do that. The last time that happened, Ryan Williams ran it back 76 yards for a touchdown, and but they might look to get the ball back here, but they don't want to give the Wolves too much room in case the onside kick does not work, if that's what they choose to do. And they're just going to kick it deep, and they're going to kick it to Ryan Williams. He's got the ball at his own 10. He's got down to the 15 and to the 20, hit from behind, and Bellarmine's defense swarms around him as he almost gets to the 25-yard line. He's going to be down at about the 23, so good defense there by Bellarmine, and they're going to rely on their defense. They're going to need some big stops here on D to get that ball back.
And once again, I just have to mention this, DB. Number 23, Jordan Rent for Bellarmine helping up. Ryan Williams there. Excellent sportsmanship we've seen from Bellarmine Prep here as a visitor at Joe Knowles Field here in Port Orchard. And that's, I'm just going to, can't mention that enough. That's just good sportsmanship, and that's something we don't see enough of in today's sports, I don't think.
Brian Dorsey back in at quarterback for the Wolves. So South Kitsap will have a 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. They're going to hand the ball off to Williams, the tailback. On the counter, he tries to get back up the middle of the field. Nice tackle there by number 33. That's Ben King. And Williams goes down pretty hard, but not till he gains 3 on the play.
I think Williams took a pretty hard shot to the chest there, and he had some assistance from teammates getting up. And we've seen it millions of times, DB. Tailbacks just taking a pound in there up the middle or wherever. Boy, it's tough to get back up after every play as a tailback.
Took a real hard shot. They're going to call it 4, and it'll be 2nd and 6 for South Kitsap at their own 26-yard line. So South Kitsap really looking to get a 1st down here. Needs 6 yards to get it. Dorsey under center. Ryan Williams still in the tailback. They're going to hand it off to Williams. His arm string tackle. There goes Williams. He breaks out to the left side. He's out there to the 40. He's getting near midfield. And he's chased out of bounds at midfield. And there's one of those big plays that the Wolves were looking for. And Bellarmine just gave up a huge run. The Wolves are going to have the ball just short of midfield. Call it the 47.
That's a nice scene from the Ryan Williams show right there. He gets popped in the chest, has a hard time getting up on the last play. What do? Hand it right off to him, off tackle left, and he's up the left sideline for a first down. That's a nice comeback play from Ryan Williams right there. And that's huge for South Kitsap. That's one of the only first downs they've had this half. They need first downs more than ever right now with 4:23 left on the clock, on the game clock. The clock has stopped because he was out of bounds. And Bellarmine only has one timeout left, as well as South Kitsap, and that's a huge first down.
South Kitsap with the ball at their own 47-yard line, trying to run as much time off the clock as possible. They did run out of bounds, though. That's why the clock isn't running right now, and now more penalty flags come flying in.
Dorsey getting a little slow getting the snap off there, and I think it's going to be a delay of game. I'm not sure what he saw or why we checked something off at the line there.
And that's going to be a delay of game penalty against the Wolves, so.
Not really sure.
Not good. More penalties here stacking up, but we've seen that for both sides. Both Bellarmine and South Kitsap have been racking up the penalties.
We really have, especially this half. Even offsetting penalties on the same play. A little bit of sloppy ball out here tonight.
South Kitsap will have the ball at their own 41. Split wide receivers are going to have the ball up to the tailback. And the tailback does not get very much on the play. TJ Rhodes may have gotten a couple on the play. It's going to be second and long for the Wolves. So
would I be overstating it if I said that half of the Wolves team, half the roster has been in at tailback at one time or another this season?
I don't think you would.
I've seen we saw TJ Rhodes just now at tailback. It seems that these guys are so just trained. Anybody could play in many multiple positions, and tailback is one of those for the Wolves.
Second and long for the Wolves at their own 43. Dorsey is going to run out to his right, being flushed out of the pocket, and he's got a man out in the flat, and he just kind of throws it downward in the direction of Leon Ladeau, who was at the Bellarmine 45-yard line. The pass is incomplete, but more importantly, though, for Bellarmine and what goes against the Wolves right now is that with the incomplete pass, the clock stops running.
And even more importantly than that, Coach, is the fact that this is a third down, 3rd and 13, 3rd and long for the Wolves. And if they don't convert here, they're going to be forced to punt to the Bellarmine Lions.
So Bellarmine getting a little break here from the Wolves as they are not doing too good of a job with the time clock management here. They want to keep that clock running. 3:38, 3rd and long. 2 wide receivers. Dorsey, a penalty flag comes flying in. Sean Allison on the counter is going to get past the 45, call it the 46.
I think that's going to be an offsides penalty or an illegal formation on the South Kitsap Wolves, and that's going to march them back an extra 5. The clock is going to stay stopped. It's going to be 3rd and 18 for the Wolves.
3rd and long for the Wolves. They ran the counter to Allison, got up to the 47 where they spotted it, but it's an illegal procedure call against South Kitsap, and the Wolves are going to have to march back a few more yards here, but we'll see. And it looks like they are going to refuse the penalty, and it's going to be 4th and long. And so this is the big break that Bellarmine was looking for, because they will get the ball back.
It looked like South Kitsap with that running play was conceding the punt anyway, and they're just going to go with plan A and refuse the penalty and punt on 4th down.
Rick Miller standing back near his 25, call it his own 27-yard line. Ladeau is standing at his 35, a good snap. He's got a good kick end over end, and he does a good job of keeping the punt away. Miller's going to field it at the 20-yard line. Nice tackle.
That's a mistake.
Great defense there. Jared Moore hustling down there on defense and making a great tackle to not let Miller advance the ball forward.
I'll tell you what, Jared Moore has been all over this field tonight, drawing penalties, making great plays, knocking down teammates after taking fair catches for on special teams. He's been all over the place. That is, good, bad, and ugly, and everything in between. He's been all over the place for the Wolves tonight.
So Bellarmine with a -2 on the return will have the ball. They need 80 yards. They'll have the ball at their own 20-yard line. 3:12 remaining in the game, trailing 21-13. And Schindele is going to fake the pass, stays on his feet, runs up the middle, till he's finally tripped up. He gets down to the 27-yard line, a gain of 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 3 for Bellarmine.
Brad Fairweather signaling he's injured coming off the field. Looking like maybe a wrist issue or something. He's in quite a bit of pain, it looks like. I'll tell you what right now, DB, this is the most important 2 minutes and 45 seconds for both of these teams this season.
Bellarmine kind of wishing they had a couple of those timeouts that they burned in the early part of the second half here, as Schindele in the shotgun formation once again, not having much to throw to, keeps the ball, runs straight up the middle. He will have the first down. He's going to get all the way down to the 34-yard line. And one of the things they got going for him is that with every first down, the clock will stop to move the chains.
That's right. The clock does stop to move the chains. Bellarmine doing a great job of moving those chains. The clock will now run now that the ball is set for the first down. They're going to come right out of the huddle and get to the ball for the snap. Bellarmine cannot waste a lot of time here as we have 2:18 left in the game.
2:18 remaining here. Bellarmine on the move, trying to get something done. They need a touchdown and a 2-pointer. Schindele has nobody to throw to, and he's finally scrambled and taken down. And
that's a good defensive play there for the Wolves, as Schindele nowhere to throw, and there's a flag going to be in there for holding against Bellarmine, and just nice defense in the secondary. Everybody staying home, everybody staying pat, and making sure that Schindele has nobody to throw to.
Schindele got down to the, in fact, he lost a yard on the play to the 33, but like you said, D-Rod, another penalty flag comes flying in. And you could see down there on the sideline, DJ Sigurdsson, the head coach for the Wolves, was I think he was really hoping that wasn't going to be a flag against him and or a flag against South Kitsap.
Well, it didn't look like DJ had done anything to draw a flag against himself, so really I hope there was no flag against Coach Sigurdsson, but that's good news. So the 2nd and 10 for the Lions as they set up. Important couple of minutes here as I think the refs want to talk about it again.
And they're going to swap some more recipes down here as we look. The ball's at the 33-yard line. There's a stoppage of play. And
Coach Sigurdsson giving a peace sign, I believe, to his players.
And they are making sure that they have a lot of peace in their hearts, and they're sending both teams away from the officials now. All the officials are gathering together once again.
This is Grandma's apple pie recipe. No one can hear this.
This is a secret recipe that nobody's allowed to. The first one that we saw was Grandpa's recipe, and I think this one's Grandma's.
Oh, you don't mess with this. No one hears this, and they'll. After they're done talking about that, then they'll come out with the call and where they're going to spot the ball so we can get this show on the road. 2:06 left in the game. As I've said already, this is very important for both teams. Bellarmine manages to score here and converts with the 2-point conversion. It's a tie game, and we go into overtime most likely. South Kitsap prevents the 2 scores, the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, and they're walking out of here with a homecoming victory.
Schindele drops back. He's got a man in the flat. The pass is caught by Rhett.
Wow.
And he's going to get out of bounds. A nice pass reception.
Wow.
And Rhett stayed on his feet and got out of bounds, which will stop the clock near the first down.
And I think it's going to be, if it's not a first down, it's going to be first or second and less than a yard, because he was pretty darn close to that first down marker. That was a nice run after catch and a nice pass from the quarterback for Bellarmine.
They've run that play a couple of times tonight. Rhett coming back against the grain and making the reception on the pass across towards the Bellarmine side as the Bellarmine Lions come up here. Schindele is in the shotgun once again at their own 42. They're going to fake the pitch, and another penalty flag comes flying down.
I don't think everybody was set. I don't think the receiver was set.
I don't think they were either, and again, about the position of where the penalty flag went down, that usually means there's an illegal procedure penalty, and I sure wish we had the number of penalties because both teams tonight.
How many dirty pieces of yellow laundry have there been on the floor tonight here at this game?
This is the most penalties I've seen by 2 teams in high school football for quite some time.
At least a year.
At least a whole year.
At least an entire calendar year.
So Bellarmine, the officials down there talking to Sean Korf, one of the captains for the Wolves, in terms of what to do here. So the Wolves look like they're going to take it. It was going to be 3rd and short, and it's actually going to be refused. So it's going to be 4th down and short. So this could be the ball game right here. Bellarmine needs 3. They need 2 yards for the first down. The ball is at their own 42-yard line. They got to get to the 44.
This is it. And the clock is running. It's 1:40 left. Both teams have 1 timeout left.
So Bellarmine coming out here. Schindele is in the shotgun. He might look to keep it, run straight up the middle unless he gets to his right. He does, looks for a block. He's going to have the first down. In fact, he's going to try and get out of bounds, which he does.
Wow, both missions accomplished. Minute 25 left, stops the clock, picks up the first down as well. And boy, nice heads-up play, a nice heady play from Schindele, the quarterback for the Bellarmine. Boy, he's played a game tonight.
And nice job by the Bellarmine offensive line on the right side there, creating a nice little running space. And like you said, a good heads-up play there by Schindele to get the ball out of bounds.
DB, I just don't see South Kitsap giving up 55 yards here in a minute 25 left of football, but we'll see what happens.
1:25 left, still trailing 21-13. Bellarmine has the ball at their own 44. Schindele's looking, flushed out of the pocket. The two defenders hit themselves. He's got a man down below, and he's going to make the incomplete catch. Jared Moore was on the coverage there. The intended receiver was Unruh as he was going towards the sideline. Looked like he may have had it in his possession, but the pass was incomplete. It's going to be second long for Bellarmine.
It's going to have to be pass from here on out for Bellarmine. They cannot afford to take a sack. They cannot afford to necessarily get tackled in bounds, although they do have one timeout left. After they take that timeout, when and if they take it, they cannot afford to get tackled in bounds or take a sack.
Bellarmine with had the first down. They actually got to their 45-yard line, so they need 55 yards here. Schindele, looking at the clock, rolls to his left. He's looking for a man. Flushed out of the pocket. He's taken down. What a hit by Brad Fairweather. And number 53 for the Wolves, Nick Boss. And Boss is the boss on defense right there.
That is the boss with the hot sauce. And the homecoming king, Brad Fairweather, lays a king of a hit on Bellarmine. On the quarterback, Schindele knocked simultaneously by the two boys down to the floor. That Bellarmine is forced to take their last time out as they were not able to avoid the sack. Schindele goes down. Minute 6 left in the game. It's 3rd and 10 at the, 3rd and 17 after the 7-yard loss on the sack. Schindele looking down, throwing his hand out, saying, hey, go downfield. And before he could release the ball, boy, he just took a hit. Schindele pretty heady there, even though he took the sack, not coughing up the ball because he got smacked by Fairweather and Boss.
He was right at his own 38-yard line, and you want to know one way to stop a team is having a boss come at you from one angle and a king from another.
Wow. We'll hopefully check out the replay on this. Boy, that was a hit from another planet as Schindele just takes one on the chin.
Schindele does a great job. Didn't see him coming. Here comes Fairweather right there. Boom! Right there. The boss and the king just smashing him down to the ground. But like you said, Schindele did a good job of hanging on to the ball, and then they called their last timeout, so it's dire straits now for Bellarmine.
At the last second, he tucked it in knowing that he was going to get sacked, and that was pretty heady play. So it's 3rd and 17 for the Lions.
Bellarmine has no timeouts remaining at their own 38-yard line. Schindele's going to roll to his right. He's got a man. He's chased out of the pocket. And he does try to get out of bounds, but he doesn't. And they do, actually. It looked like he stayed in bounds.
So now it's game time again for the Lions. It's going to be about 4th and 11.
So Bellarmine is going to have a 4th and long at their own, we're going to call it their 43-yard line. They have to get down to the 45-yard line of South Kitsap in order to get the first down. And a couple of times tonight, D-Rod, we have seen where Bellarmine needs a big play, and they got it, but will they have enough gas left in the tank?
They may not have any mini rabbits left in the top hat here. We'll see if they can pull one out.
Bellarmine trailing 21-13 with 57 seconds remaining. They've got the ball at their own 43-yard line. They come out with trips wide receivers to the near side of the field. Schindele is in the shotgun. He fakes the pump pass. He's got a man deep, and he's going to have there comes a penalty flag, and just like we were talking about, it's going to be pass interference. The intended receiver was Guernsey, and it was really good coverage by the Wolves, but again, it looked like number 31, Brady Zern, just got a little too early there and aggressive, and they're going to be called for the pass interference.
And possibly also number 3, Jared Moore in there too. A couple of guys in that play. Tough break for the Wolves as it was game time for Bellarmine, and once again, dead on the table, life breathed in to the Bellarmine Lions. Boy, they're going to have a long way to go up to the ball here as once again a South Kitsap penalty gives them a ton of yards. We'll see what the call is here.
Brady Zern and Jared Moore back on the coverage, and like you said, D-Rod, both players doing a great job tonight on coverage in the secondary, but just a little too aggressive on that one, and Brady Zern was kind of tapping himself on the helmet, but rest assured they're going to be right there to help make sure that the Wolves win this game.
Well, it's 50.1 seconds left in the game as Bellarmine lines up with the first down at the 42-yard line, and boy, it's coming down to a pretty tight game here at the end, DB.
As Schindele, he rolls to his left once again, and he's looking for a man. He's got him in the flat. The pass is complete.
They got to get up to the line.
They have to get up to the line of scrimmage quickly because they have no timeouts. And I'll tell you, that last pass play, better to get a penalty on that than to give up a touchdown because Bellarmine has no timeouts remaining.
Was that a first down? I don't know why the clock was stopped.
The clock is stopped because it is a first down.
Oh, nice. I didn't realize they had enough yards for a first down.
Actually, you're right. We're kind of looking down there on the field, and the officials are signaling for the chain gang to wait for the advancement of the chains because it looks like they might have a measurement there. But going back to that last deep play with Zern and Moore on the coverage, and I'll tell you what, they may have gotten the pass interference call, but it was only a 15-yarder. In college and the pros, they mark it at the spot of the foul, and so if
they're coming out to measure.
That's right, they are. We're going to measure here to see if it is a first down or not. If so, Bellarmine's going to have to hurry up because once they get the ball spotted, they will start that clock.
And this chain gang has been doing this for a long time. These guys are veterans of the chain gang. They volunteer. The boys coming out here to measure. Don Morgan out there on the sideline with the first down marker, and it's going to be by the nose of the football. It's going to be a first down, I believe, for the Bellarmine line.
I do not see a signal. They're going to be short
by an inch or two,
and they're going to start the clock here. So Bellarmine is going to have to get ready to be right up on the line of scrimmage because as soon as they set the ball, that clock is going to start.
Well,
Bellarmine better get up to the line of scrimmage.
As soon as that chain gang's got to get off the field, and as soon as they get off the field, that clock is going to start.
Well, going back to that other play, though, better to get a pass interference call than to get a long, deep touchdown or a pass reception.
I forgot for a second, this is not the NFL. They don't give the ball to the point of the penalty.
And Bellarmine also scrambling because they have no timeouts remaining. So what a pass interference call actually still may work to South Kitsap's advantage.
Clock running.
As Schindele is in the shotgun, rolling to his right. He's going to go for the home run ball, and he throws it up. He's got a man in the end zone, and he just overthrows his intended receiver. That was Hendry.
They're not going for a first down. They're going for the score here. Boy, that's about a foot or two away from being a 2-point game.
An incomplete pass. Bellarmine is going to have a third and short. They only need 1 yard to get the first down, which would stop the clock. Still trailing 21-13. They do need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. The ball is placed at the South Kitsap 32-yard line.
We got number 61 for the Wolves. Greg Pickard up there on the line with Brandon Lester, number 51 up on the line.
Schindele rolls to his right. He's going to go for the big pass, and the defender slipped. Jared Moore, or that was Sean Korf, and he slipped, and he had the man wide open, and Schindele just overthrew him, so a big break for the Wolves.
That's a big break because he could have caught the ball and gone up the right sideline and gotten tackled out of bounds and stopped the clock with the first down, probably up at about the 15-yard line. Boy, that's a break for the Wolves and a tough break for the Lions.
The receiver for Bellarmine ran a little out pattern, and Korf fell to the ground, lost his footing, slipped to the ground, and he was wide open, but the pass was incomplete. And again, this is ball game right here. Bellarmine only needs about 1 yard. I don't know why they didn't do this earlier, and they're going to get it here, and they will stop the clock. They're going to get the first down. The ball's going to be at the 30-yard line. Bellarmine's going to have to be ready to go. We'll see if they look to spike the ball here to stop it as soon as the change is set.
A little bit of rugby going on up there. Just get the ball and push your way forward, and it's going to be a first down. And as soon as they blow that whistle, the clock starts. And we'll see what the Bellarmine Lions do here. We'll see if can they spike the ball, DB, or
they can spike the ball. 24 seconds left here, but they're going to run a play, but they don't. They spike the ball. So good decision there by Schindele.
Thank you for answering my many various high school football questions tonight, Mr. Coach Bowden. I appreciate that.
We aims to please up here in the booth.
The folks at home appreciate it, and we try to get the rules right. I'll admit it. Coach knows a little bit more about the game than I do, and that's why I'm asking. You know, if I've got a question, I figure the audience at home has a question, and I'm going to ask it, and doggone it, Coach is going to answer it.
It's just too bad that 800 number line is not working tonight. We can take more questions about the football rules as Bellarmine breaks the breaks the huddle here. They come out. They're going to have the ball just inside the South Kitsap 30-yard line. 3 wide receivers. Schindele is going to roll to his right, looking for a receiver. Chase from behind. Here comes Sean Allison, and he throws the ball to the man, and the pass is incomplete. He was being chased from behind by Sean Allison. He kind of had to hurry his throw. It's going to be incomplete, and it will be second down for Bellarmine.
Third down. I believe it's going to be third down, Coach.
Third down for Bellarmine. You're correct there, D-Rod, just inside the 30-yard line.
So there's about 14.6 seconds left. It's third down. There's about 2, maybe if they get a first down, maybe 3 plays left in this game for the Bellarmine Lions.
Bellarmine has a couple of chances, even though they don't have any timeouts, and they don't even necessarily have to get out of bounds as much as that would help. But all they have to do is get a first down. If they can get to the 20-yard line or past and go down, they can temporarily stop the clock as the chains move. Schindele is in the shotgun. He's going to roll to his right. He's going to look backwards, and he's almost taken down, and he is going to be taken down for the sack. That's Robert Issa.
That's going to be the game.
Robert Issa, they're not going to have enough time here to get it all set. It's winding down 1-0, and that is going to be the ball game here at South Kitsap High School. Robert Issa with the big sack, and South Kitsap has defeated Bellarmine 21-13.
Wow. After that third quarter, DB, where I thought I was going to fall asleep with the 3 and outs and punts all over the field, and it just the penalties. The fourth quarter comes out, boy, they ratcheted it up a notch, and boy, they turned it into a real game, a real entertaining one here at Joe Knowles Field in Port Orchard, as South Kitsap defeats the Bellarmine Lions of Tacoma 21-13. And a good victory, a great victory for the Wolves. They really needed that one.
That moves South Kitsap's overall record to 4-2, but better yet, it moves their Narrows League record to 3-2, and it drops Bellarmine to 2-3, farther away from the playoff picture. So South Kitsap sitting pretty here, as next week South Kitsap is going to be traveling to Mount Tacoma to take on the Henry Foss High School in another key Narrows League matchup. And following that game, South Kitsap will be home against Olympia. Olympia being ranked number 5 in the state of the 4A rankings. So, and then finishing the season with the Lincoln Abe. So every game now very important for the South Kitsap Wolves.
Yeah, the Wolves doing a good job here tonight, playing in front of the home crowd for homecoming, and boy, some big plays, especially coming in the fourth quarter defensively for the Wolves, and a fun game to watch, and an even more fun game to call. Glad that you could join us tonight here for SKTV football on channel 205 here in Port Orchard, and it's been a pleasure, and we thank the video department here at the high school and Mr. Mike Downham and the rest of the guys for giving us an opportunity to call the game up here in the booth.
Thanks for joining us up here in the booth again, D-Rod. Like we said, next week, South Kitsap takes on Foss at Mount Tahoma High School as the Wolves are celebrating their 2-game winning streak out near the midfield, as South Kitsap is going to ride this win streak and hopefully make it 3 in a row next week. So for David Rodriguez, this is Darren Bowden, and we would like to see you guys next week come out as the Wolves will take on the Foss Falcons in another Friday night high school football game. So a wonderful victory for the South Kitsap Wolves here at the homecoming game on the campus of South Kitsap High School at Joe Knowles Field. And once again, for David Rodriguez, I'm Darren Bowden, and we'll see you next week.
Have a good night, everybody.